Hey, JDS, Night Train. How you guys doing this morning? I'm just gonna finish setting up here. There we go. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Just waiting to head to work. Okay. Well, I know it's freaking cold here this morning. I know that. Hey, Junk Pick, how you doing? Yeah, it's doing -1 Fahrenheit here this morning, -18 Celsius. Brant, Gary, how you doing? AZ Drone Dude, nice to see you. 45 for Sunday. Yeah, that's really nice. Oh, yeah, JDS, yeah. Waiting for some mail. You waiting for some more hobby equipment? That's not so bad doing -1 Fahrenheit. Yesterday it went down lower than that during the day. It's warming up. Okay, now it's saying it's doing my. Okay, I just refreshed my page for the weather here. It's a lot cooler than that. Okay. Yeah, Sunday is supposed to hit only 36 here on Sunday. Monday, 42. So Monday is going to be the warmest day here. Hey, Saigon, how you been doing? Yeah, yeah, JDS, yeah. turn on the heat in the morning and the AC in the afternoon. Well, I got no AC to turn on. I just got to open my front door up. It's my son that got it for me, JDS. I don't know where he got it from. I'll have to ask him. I'm doing good there, Saigon. Hope you're doing good too. I guess everybody heard by now that Philly Drone lost his drone yesterday, his Mavic Mini. Eh, 29 Celsius. That's a little bit too hot there for that time of year, Gary. Oh yeah, you're gonna be in Cuba. That's true. I forgot. I just woke up there. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Rub it in, Gary. Rub it in. Yeah, Cuba. Fly away. Yeah. Well, I think he lost contact with it completely. So I think he was 3,000 feet away from him. Thank you, everybody, for hitting that like button. Much appreciated. Already got my first dislike this morning. Cool. Thank you so much. It does help out the channel. Hey.
What is this? I'm the first one in?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Guess Paul's slowing down. So how's your weather down there this morning?
Oh, we got snow. Snow. Yeah. They're plowing right now. And I'm probably going to go. I have to go into work for a little bit. I was supposed to fly with Louis P. Floyd, some tiny whoops, but I had to cancel because I'm actually going to go into school for a bit today. So that'll be later. It's a good time to go in and reorganize stuff because I'm supposed to be getting the simulators and the computers. So I got to make room for it. So I might as well take the opportunity during the week to do that while nobody's there.
Yeah, true too.
So how did Philly? Which drone did he lose?
It's Mavic Mini.
And how far away was he?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was 3,000 feet away.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Mavic Mini uses enhanced Wi-Fi, not OcuSync.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yep. Oops.
Did he forget he was flying the Mini? Gary, because I don't think Wi-Fi has that kind of range. So, especially in the city. So,
hey Logan, yeah, he's got the video up about it.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a live stream too at the same time.
Oops.
Yeah.
That'll make for good watching, I guess.
How you doing there, Logan, this morning?
So
Yeah,
night train, is that 2,000 to 3,000 feet capable with Wi-Fi? He shouldn't have had a problem. Or could it be a situation where if he's flying near the city, you've got so many Wi-Fi signals?
that's it.
Because I know I've lost. You can lose signals with even FPV with your video with Wi-Fi. If you got like an area like where I live, like you got Wi-Fi every 50, 60 yards, and there's
Mhm.
hundreds of them.
That's it, JDS here. I got no problem with the Wi-Fi. Yeah. I don't know. Saigon's supposed to mail it out at the end of the month, so
Okay, it says
I'm not
not.
really in a rush, really. I don't fly in the winter.
Nitrin says not in city. In open sea, it will go 3 miles plus on Wi-Fi. That's pretty impressive. But was he open sea or was he flying over the city again?
I think he was flying over the city.
Oh well, a lot of obstructions there.
Oh, yeah.
Plus a lot of interference, I'm sure. I guess return to home. Yeah, I don't know if it has that feature
Yeah,
without
it does.
OcuSync. Okay.
Well, he
So,
does. He even pressed on it and didn't do buzz all.
well, if you lost signal, but I thought if it lost signal, it would fly home on its own.
I don't. I'm just wondering if he had it recalibrated for where he was.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, Night Train. You have a good day at work. You be safe going to work.
Take care, Night Train.
Nacho, good morning.
Good morning, Nacho.
Yeah, I was in the city.
Well,
He probably didn't. I didn't. I don't know, but yeah. Roger, my account was hacked. That everyone was looking for me. That's people don't have something else better in life to do than get hacking other people's accounts, and
and
really,
what do you get out of it?
yeah.
Seriously.
Eileen, good morning. Good morning. Oh yeah. I'm okay at Wi-Fi about 2 kilometers over the farm. Trouble at 300 meters. The Mavic Air. Four below and windy. Yeah, we had all those big winds yesterday, Nanya, and it was dang cold yesterday. Right now it's doing -1 Fahrenheit here. It's 0 there, Nacho. So you haven't got any flying in lately there, Centroid?
No, I haven't done any. I haven't even done any tiny whoops either lately.
I will, Saigon. I will. No problem. Oh. Hey, Sam.
Hey, Eileen. Yeah,
Okay, Saigon. No problem.
I was gonna say the same thing. It almost looks like your arms are missing. When you were sitting back, it looked like you had no arms.
Yeah, because I put them. I put them in the back like that.
Yeah, that's what that's it looks like you're sitting there with no arms. I took a screenshot because I'm like, yeah, I was gonna show it online. I'm gonna like, okay, Roger, you got to see this. Is it me or am I going crazy? What? Okay, that makes sense now because I'm like, I see sleeves, but I don't see arms.
It's my arms are cold. I got to put my sweater on
Yeah.
because I got a window open and the fan going, get the
Oh,
smoke
okay.
out.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. So is Kim up yet, or is he?
oh no, he's still. He's still
He's
out for
out.
a count.
Yeah. Okay, so JDS says he's done long range with his Mavic Mini in the big city of Ottawa, Canada. No issues. Okay, well, there you have it. I don't have any experience with it, so I don't know what this enhanced Wi-Fi is like.
Yeah, and Junk Pick says, yeah, Philly makes it a habit of pushing those other Mavics with OcuSync.
Yeah, well, maybe for half a second he forgot he was flying a Mavic Mini and not a Mavic 2. So Gary Brant Ariels is going to Cuba in a few days. That's awesome.
Okay there, Sam. No problem. You have a safe trip.
Well, the spending isn't stopping. My wife and daughter have learned about the accessories you can get for the Alexa.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, so we had to buy a pack of the smart outlets, so they can say, Alexa, turn on the light. Alexa, turn off the light. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I didn't find a device named Light.
Yeah, they heard me. Mine didn't even respond.
Yeah, I
So.
see. I guess especially you got to find those, buy those light bulbs and everything, and the switches and the walls. And
Oh no, this one is what do you do is you plug it into the wall, and then you plug your light into the back of that, and your light's on. So basically, it's a smart switch, which essentially creates the connection, turns it on, turns it off from that. It's like basically it's a 2020 version of the clapper.
Yeah.
So instead of clapping, Alexa takes over.
Okay. Yeah, coffee's looking good. Yeah, I gotta get another cup of coffee too soon.
Teach, I can't say how far on the grounds it might incriminate me. As long as you're flying no higher than 400 AGL, I'll call it a win. Okay, I gotta go, Roger. I gotta go to school now. Have a nice day.
Good morning.
Paul. Hello, Paul. How are you?
Good morning. I waited for a while to see how long my friend Mark was going to stick around and see if his brother Andrew was going to show up.
Well, I wore my nice bright orange hat in his honor, so if he shows up, he can harass me about that again.
Ah.
I got to give him ammunition, or he won't come on, and I have plenty of it for him.
Yeah, well, I think Andrew likes to hang in the background, and then he'll pop in.
Yes, he has to make his grand entrance.
Yeah. Well, is what it is. Everybody loves most everybody loves Andrew.
Yeah, speak for yourself.
Well, that could be. You could be a little tainted because he used to always tell your parents you were the pretty one.
Yeah, and let's face it, that's not saying much. Like I always say, competition was not fierce.
Yeah. Good morning, Aline. Good morning, Sam Hayden and Brant Ariels. Hi, how you doing? And yes, I took my pills just before coming on. Sam, at some point in time, if you get a chance, call me when you get a chance, because a little tweaking I think I want to do.
Excuse me.
But I might need your expertise.
Yeah, I was just telling Roger, I don't know if you caught wind of it. Well, I to be fair, I made the suggestion. I said, there are these things you can get so it can turn on and off your lights. Now we got a set of 4 of those smart outlets coming in now. So
there you go.
Will it ever end? Probably not.
No, you're going to have the ultimate smart home.
Well, what was funny is when I asked my daughter if she wanted one, she goes, I don't want one of those things. And of course, I should have just left it alone. And we're in the room where there's one of them. I'm like, Alexa, what time is it? And it said the time. And she goes, yeah, okay, I want one.
It's 9:12. This might answer your question.
There you go.
Alexa, stop.
Everybody's Alexa goes off.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I did one question and she's like, okay, I want one. I'm like, okay, well. So now we got 4 of these little outlet switches that are coming in. We'll be able to plug lights in and turn them on and off. Like I said, it's the 2020 version of the old clapper. You remember that? Clap on, clap off. Well, it's the Alexa version now.
Well, what's funny is that, John DiNardo loves to hear the British or the Australian accent.
Yeah.
And you can go in there and change, and his have the British or Australian accent voice.
That's cool. Well, what I would, if we rent a townhouse now, we've gone away from owning homes and stuff. And I know that it can be done. And I don't know if I'll be allowed to do it. I might have to ask permission. I would love to have it control the temperature. You know what I mean? I'd love to be able to, instead of getting up and going downstairs to either raise the temperature or lower the temperature, I would love to be able to just tell Alexa to do it. If especially if you're in bed,
Yeah.
So.
So your wife likes the one you got her?
Yeah, she loves it.
Nacho Rolling saying, look at the LIFX lights.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
LIFX lights.
And morning, Builder 710. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Builder. Nacho, hello.
Guys, can you give me a couple of minutes? I'm going to go make a coffee.
Okay. JDS, how you doing? As everyone knows, sometimes I'm not focused on the chat over here, which I should watch more often. So if I miss anybody, it's not intentional. It's just, I blame it on old age, Mark. That's what I do.
Yeah, me too. Okay, these are cool, but these seem more like effects, like mood lighting or
different colors and all that
different
stuff.
colors with LEDs and stuff. That looks kind of cool. A little too psychedelic for me right now.
Yeah.
My daughter would love this stuff, so I'm going to keep it away from her. So.
Well, now she goes away to college next year, right?
Yes, she does.
Well, you're going to have to get her one for her college dorm room.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Well, the issue is when we moved into this townhome, my wife and I both agreed that she took a size cut in room, so we actually gave her the master bedroom because it gave her space for her and her friends and stuff, because we don't spend time in our bedroom. We don't care about having a master bedroom, so we gave her that. Well, I should say this lowly, but she's gonna get mad when she finds out. As soon as she moves out, that room's gonna be reclaimed.
Hey, Mark, are you a computer guy?
I used to be, but
interesting just happened is I got a black on the YouTube page across there with a whole looks like code on it. And then it went away. Is that it came up on the screen, and then I went over to look at it. And I got about 5 seconds to look at it, and then it was gone.
It looked like a black screen with like white text typing all over it.
Yeah.
That sounds like old DOS script.
Half the screen down.
And did it say error or anything?
Nope. Oh.
I haven't seen that happen before.
Could it be somebody's hacked into me?
I don't know. I don't want to say yes and get you worried, and I don't want to say no, because I think, do you have any kind of malware on there? Like Windows has its own sort of firewall.
Yeah, Windows has got its thing running.
Which they say is fine. And and I was advised that not to install things like a Norton antivirus or Kaspersky, because they say by default they're viruses because they're always having you upgrade. And
exactly. And the other thing too is that Sam Hayden told me, he says, then you got your antiviruses fighting against each other.
Yeah. And Nacho says code error on the page. Yeah, it was probably code error on the page for YouTube and not likely hacked.
Okay.
I'm fairly confident on that too. Yeah, and it disappeared, right? So it's not like
it was up and gone, and it was on the on the YouTube screen, not on here, so it wasn't being recorded or anything.
Yeah, it was probably like a I don't want to say DOS, but some sort of code
machine code
of some sort that glitched. And but if you're still up and running,
oh yeah, nothing changed.
So
So you've been getting any flying in on the week
Oh,
off?
not at all. Not at all. It's been snowing and I still have to do some work on my drones. I've been postponing that.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll do some work today on it. So maybe I'll get some in on the weekend. But yeah, it's been snowing pretty good. And I don't know how good the conformal coating is on my machines anymore, because I think that stuff does eventually wear down if you keep, crashing them and stuff. But we'll see.
Good morning, Michael. How you doing?
Michael Bainey, how are you?
Yep. Sam said yes. I'm fine. Okay. Thanks, Sam. And I think it Nacho hit it on the head. Might have been a code error on the page.
On the page, yeah.
What are you talking about, guys?
Well, just after you left, all of a sudden, over on my Zoom page, because I have them overlapped.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I got this half a page on over top of the YouTube was a black and a whole bunch of code and stuff like that. And then when I clicked over to go see what the hell is that, it just, I could see it for like just a very few seconds and it was gone.
Okay.
And in all the years, I've never seen that before. But then again, I remember when we used to load these computers with a cassette player.
Oh, I had one. I had a Commodore VIC-20 with a cassette player.
Yeah, me too.
And you had to have the counter set to 0, and you had to know where your program that you wanted to load was on the counter, and then you had to fast forward it. And then if it was a sizable program, you had to sit there and wait an hour for it to load.
Yes. Yep.
Michael Benny is heading back to Kentucky.
Oh, there you go.
It's a hell of a ride again.
Yep.
Sam just pointed out I have dubbed him the Wizard Supreme.
Yeah.
Curtis is the wizard, and Sam has been promoted to Wizard Supreme because boy did he fly. He hooked up with me from Arizona. He got the program on mine, program on his, and he came into my new computer. And I tell you what, there was flishing and flashing and all kinds of stuff going on the computer, and it was cool.
Oh, what'd you do? Use TeamViewer or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, make sure you disable that. Not that I'm concerned about Sam.
I took it off.
Yeah, you got to worry about other people hacking through that.
Yeah. But it was something. And he got me straightened out. Roger was sitting here with us on the live stream while we were doing it.
That remote access is really cool stuff especially when you need some help and you're fumbling through it. The person can just take over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
one of these days, Sam's going to go over and give a tune-up and check Roger's computer out too for him.
Yeah. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you guys. I haven't seen Russ droning about Northwest lately. Has he?
He pops in once in a while.
Once in a great while.
He doesn't do his live stream anymore. It doesn't.
No, he's very active right now. There, he's got his business going, and
okay.
Because he'll be taking over his father's business soon.
Yeah, he's taking it over, so he's got to replace himself and all kinds of stuff.
So he's busy then. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I just was thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute, where'd Russ go?
Yeah. And his kids are getting more active and doing things, and yep. So you guys probably already talked about the Philly drone life.
Yeah. What do you think the issue was?
He flew it too far. He said he was out 3,000 feet, and I'm going, oh my God, in a city?
In a city with enhanced Wi-Fi, not even accuracy.
And he's flying it from between buildings.
Yeah.
And he went off to the left.
I'm actually impressed he got that far with it.
Yeah, I am too.
Because with all the Wi-Fi signals being broadcast through that city.
Being bombarded.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's pretty impressive.
He's used to flying with AccuSync too, which, flies forever,
Yeah.
And I just.
Well, it's a lesson learned.
Yep.
Well, you never know. Lawrence said he should go down there where the last was. He said that when he went and looked at his data stream, all of a sudden it landed and it was there for just a couple of minutes or so, and then he could see it on the screen, not on the video, but on the tracker. it was going down the street like somebody picked it up and it was on its way.
Uh,
Yeah. What was he flying? A Mavic Mini.
Yeah. And Lawrence told him, go down there and put about, a dozen signs up on poles or something, reward, because the area, there it is.
Yeah. How you doing?
Lawrence,
Hi, Lawrence.
Good morning,
Lawrence
guys.
told him to go put the signs up. I asked him if he did it yet. And no, not yet.
You want to empower you guys.
Good.
I watched that video over this morning,
Uh-huh.
and it dawned on me. Hold on, I gotta mute this chat. Hello, everyone in the chat. It dawned on me that he could have gotten his drone back, and I'm going to tell you a simple solution. When he lost his drone, everyone was going, pull your map up, pull your map up. Now, when you have no telemetry, 9 times out of 10, Google Maps still has the drone tracked. Had he pulled the map up and saw what direction the arrow was facing in, he could have just turned it around and proceeded that way. But he never once pulled that map up to see where the drone was.
Huh.
Yeah. And the other
So
big
I only
mistake
learned that.
The other
Go
big
ahead.
mistake too, Lawrence, I think he made was he hit the return to home, and because he couldn't tell if it was coming home or not, he turned the controller off.
This is another valid point, because from what I understand with that Mavic Mini, when you power it up, it's going to mark wherever it is as a home spot, and that's it. Unlike other DJI drones that you can cut off the controller and it'll go straight into return home.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about. Yeah.
It marked when you cut the Mavic Mini
Where
on,
it was.
it marks whatever spot it comes on at and obtains satellite as a home spot.
So when he turned off his controller, it marked where it was at that present time as home.
Yep.
At a home spot, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was wondering about. It should have come home back to home, but that's if it was a Mavic Air or Mavic 2.
But the reason it did not come back home was I was looking at it. He was headed back home. The numbers were getting lower, but he wasn't declining in altitude. And because it was at 600 something feet, well, guess what? 250 grams in 30-mile-per-hour winds
Yeah.
isn't going to go too far.
Yeah.
No.
If you watch the video over, look at the speed in the lower corner. It does show the distance getting lower and the speed dropping down to 4 or 5 miles per hour. Meaning it barely had enough strength to come home. But had he got it from such a high altitude down, which he was trying.
Yeah.
But Justin had, I explained last night on those guys, Justin had this happen to him out over the beach. We're flying out over the beach and there's a jetty on the next peninsula about a quarter of a mile away. And he somehow lost signal after getting taking off with magnetic interference. That was his mistake number one. You get magnetic interference, you're not supposed to take off, but that's what he did. And when he lost signal, he hit return to home. Now, because there was magnetic interference, when he hit return home, it just went in any direction. It started heading out over the ocean. But what he did, he hit the map to see, to confirm it was heading away from him. And he was able to turn it around and fly it back.
Nice.
Okay.
But had he not hit the map to see which way the arrow was pointing, it probably would have kept going out over the Atlantic Ocean. And this is what I fail to see why Philly didn't, no one in the chat, well, in the chat, they were saying, pull up your map.
Yeah.
And during that whole recording, he did not pull that map up once.
So I mean, I'm going to say it, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to be judgmental. Sounds more to me, and again, everybody can make up their own mind, a bit of pilot error on his part with this whole situation. You think
It's unfortunately, it's 9 times out of 10 pilot error when there's a crash or a flyaway.
Yeah.
We've already accomplished that in the drone community.
Yeah. Okay. So if, I just knowing that it was Wi-Fi in a city, I'm a little surprised he took it that far away.
Well, see, it's not so much that. What happened was when it went into return home, it got even further away from him than it was supposed to.
Right.
So
it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
But if you've seen Mikey fly, he's in the middle of the street and off in that direction.
Yeah.
There's one
Okay.
question I wanted to ask. Well, I see him. Did he ever calibrate his drone before taking off with it from the last point where he was? Did he ever calibrate it? Because you press on return home.
Very valid point. And I would tend to think with that Mavic Mini, you would have to calibrate it every
Oh yeah,
time.
you got to. Yeah, you got to. It's always it says in it. You got to.
I do it with my DJI. I do it with my Mavic Pro. I do it with my Phantom 4 Pro. I calibrate that spot so it's calibrated there. I refresh the Google Maps to make sure everything's up and running, and then I take off.
Hey, Geek Savannah, how you doing? Corey
Savannah, Corey Mano, how you doing, gentlemen? Nice to see you in here.
Good morning, guys. But I was just in awe that people were saying pull your map up, because you've flown DJI, Mark. You've flown DJI, everyone else out there, and when you pull that map up, if nothing else works, that map still shows you the direction and last known location of the drone.
Here's a problem that I've had, and I guess it depends on your cell phone service, because I've flown in areas
where that's true.
I have no cell phone service, and I can't rely on the map at that point because I'm not getting Google. I'm not connected to the internet. So although you're absolutely correct, but in the city, I'm sure he had Wi-Fi signal.
But not just that. Even if you're flying in an area where there's low cell phone service, you know what we do here in New York?
What?
We load the map before we leave home.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay.
We load the map of that location where we're flying before we leave home.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because if there's no cell phone service or poor cell phone service, at least the map is loaded in cache.
So the map's got the GPS coordinates of its location. So when you're there, it syncs where you are with the drone and
right. When I power down my tablets. I always power them up before I leave to make sure maps and everything is working. And then what I do is, if we're going to a spot, I pull up that spot exactly on the map and I shut it down, just in case there's poor cell phone service. And usually when you start it up, that map is in cache memory.
Okay.
Because that was the last thing you did.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But it was an exciting ass flight.
Well, it reminds me of Paul of poor Drone Bum when he went out chasing those freighters.
Yeah,
you knew he wasn't going to make it. And, it was like that train wreck you couldn't turn away from.
Yeah,
and you feel bad for him, and hopefully you got a lot of views out of it. But you feel bad when something like that happens, but you can't not watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Mr. Crawley, yeah, you be careful of that cold there, yeah. JDS says he lost his 4 years ago, and he found it by the map, by the DJI mapping.
And he's got a video to show too.
He's got a video, yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly what Michael said last night, or when we were talking to him, Novice, is that he saw it going down the sidewalk after on his map.
Right. After he reacquired connection, he saw it going down the sidewalk. The only problem is, in that part of Philly where he was, it might have been best to let it go down the sidewalk.
Yeah, it was
because
some tells me it wasn't flying down the sidewalk. It was
whoever picked it up, it was still active. Now, what would have been funny is, while he established connection, had he tried to start it up.
Yeah, started those props.
Because the person probably had it in their hand. Unfortunately, unless it's laying horizontally on the ground for takeoff, the engines won't start. But had they been holding it in their hand and those engines kicked up, he might have dropped it or put it down, and who knows? Everyone would have handled the situation different.
Yeah.
Mr. Crawley might didn't find it now.
Mr.
I have the perfect example. I had left my phone in my boss's car, right? Now I got out of the car after work and I went into a local bodega store to go get a couple of beers. And I was like, oh man, I left my phone in the store. So I immediately run home, cut on my computer, and I see my phone going down the streets in my town. It's making a left here. So I was like, wait a minute. whoever got my phone in the store is walking down the block that I just came from.
Yeah.
So my nephew and I run out the door, and I'm using my nephew's phone to track it. Look out,
Uh,
helps you find your phone. So I see it coming down the block. I'm like, no, we got to go this way. He says, no, if we go this way, we'll head it off. Making a
Yeah.
long story short, my boss goes driving by behind us, seeing us running up the block, and he's blowing horn. Bam, bam, bam. Like, wait a minute, because there's a delay and latency.
right.
All of a sudden, the phone appears behind us.
Yeah.
But but
That's
we
funny.
were about to go run up the block to cut it off.
Yeah.
So
And
you were being stalked by your own phone.
Well, what I did was I set it to scream. There's a mode called scream. So it's this loud, irritating noise. And my boss was like, I didn't know what the hell that was. I had to stop my car, and then I couldn't cut it off because your phone was locked. I said, that's the whole idea,
Yeah.
that you don't. So I kept making it ring, rah, rah, those irritating noises.
Yeah.
He said, I almost threw the damn thing out the window rather than give it back to you. But if he had, I don't know. Maybe I would have went after it.
I don't know.
To be honest.
It's hard to
Maybe
say.
I would have went after it, because the person who took it obviously didn't know what they had, and they didn't know how to cut it off.
It's in a pawn shop somewhere.
I told him. He said a little boy last night. He said a little boy kept looking at him strangely, while everyone was going crazy in the area. He said the little boy kept focusing on him. I said, what you do is you go right in front of the little boy's home and you put up a flyer, reward for a child's lost drone, $25.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
And if somebody calls you and wants to claim it for $25, you get your drone back for $25.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But we don't know. I feel sorry for anyone that loses a drone or anything. I've had it happen.
Right.
So I know the feeling. Anyway, it's cold as hell here in New York.
Yesterday we had snow squalls and everything, and around 12:30 yesterday afternoon in La Prairie, it's a town up by Montreal, they had a 200-car pileup.
Ooh.
Cars, trucks.
Wow.
Everything. This happened at 12:30 yesterday, and they were still taking people out.
Oh,
Getting
jeez.
people out of the cars around 4:30 at night last night.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
How cold
Yeah.
is it by you, Lawrence?
Right now, I'll tell you right now. Right now it says 31. I'm updating it. It says 31, a whole 32 degrees, and it feels like 23.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now, it's 3 degrees Fahrenheit.
Everybody's Alexa's going off now. Mine said it's 18 where we are.
Oh, no,
I do that to Philly Drone Life, because I know he has his Alexa next to him. So I go, Alexa, self-destruct.
Well, the good thing is I'm wearing headphones, so
Alexa, stop.
Alexa can't hear me. Or
Alexa,
can't hear
stop.
You
No, I did it to try and trigger you guys, and mine went off.
It won't hear you because I got headphones on, which I'm lucky. So,
okay.
Oh. But I catch Mike all the time. Mike.
well, what's funny is I don't know if you heard that. I said to you, I said, my Alexa can't hear you because I have my headphones. And she goes, I can hear you. I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put in a little.
Chuck Creek says it's 31 in New Jersey right now.
It's
Hey,
supposed
Joan
to
Shots,
heat up.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Joe.
It's supposed to heat up to 40, 43 today, but it's still going to feel like 30.
Yeah,
Now,
the wind chill.
I just put Crossfire into my drone, and I haven't been able to fly it. Because the nice day that it was Tuesday, it was nice here. And what did I do? I turned into a couch potato and said, I'll go out later on in the week.
Okay.
Now it's cold and I don't want to go out and test it. But the next few days, starting Saturday, is going to be in the 50s for the next 4 days. 52, 50, 52, 50, like that.
What's that?
So
That's the Echo Show.
And what's that do?
Well,
You can-
just a minute. I'll tell it to do something, and I'm going to mute, and then I'll come back.
well, from what I understand, the Echo Show, if someone else has it, you can call them. It's basically a video
I got one
telephone
already too.
Clear skies and
and
sun.
Alexa, everything.
You can expect cold temperatures. with
So
a
it's
high
like a tablet version.
and a low of 14.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does that one have a camera on it, Paul?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. So you can say, you could tell it to call Mark.
They have a big sale on these going. Normally it's like $75. I think I got it for 49.
Nice.
Drone Shots is saying hi to everybody.
Hey, what's up, Drone Shots?
Good morning, Drone Shots.
Anyway, I figured I would stop in and say what's up to you guys, because Roger, I felt bad. Roger sends me an invite every day. And if I'm not rushing to go out and do something, usually if Paul sends me when I text him and let him know I'm working or whatever, but I can't text you, Roger. You're in another country. Well, I could, but I don't have your number.
Okay.
But I figured I would get on and hang out with you guys for a little bit before I go out and brave the cold. Now, unfortunately, the older I get, the more susceptible to cold I am.
Hey,
I don't like the cold.
Lawrence, did you get a chance to go back and look at your travel thing?
I did. I didn't like the camera work, so we need a better camera, definitely. And
Well,
there was a little bit of latency.
The other thing I didn't realize was, even though I had you pinned at what everybody was seeing live, is when it played it back, it showed all of us, and so your camera work wasn't full screen.
You know what that is? That's just even though you had me pinned, unless the person is talking, they're not going to show up. So we could probably work around that issue in the future.
Just have everybody else mute.
So seeing as you're getting more susceptible to cold than Lawrence, does that mean you're moving to Florida soon, becoming a snowbird?
Man, you know what? my wife and I, we want to move out of here. I actually would like to move someplace where it's warmer, but my wife came up with this great idea that instead of buying one house and repairing it, why don't we get a house to live in and then get another house and have it as a rental? Because we don't want to move into a house with tenants already.
Right.
Okay.
Sometimes tenants are assholes and
don't we know it?
Yeah. So you know, we come to find out that the tenant, there may be a reason the person sold the house and left the tenants there.
Right. Exactly.
So the only place right now that we could probably afford to do what she wants to do is up in the Syracuse area. It's up north.
Yeah.
And as much as I can't stand the cold and my COPD and everything is affected by the cold, it might be better economically to actually do that.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing is, you could look down like in the Carolinas, they're not real expensive either. You wouldn't be in a town, in a big city.
Yeah, but the problem with the Carolinas is unless you're like down closer to Virginia, like Norfolk, Virginia, around the naval base and stuff like that, a lot of places just aren't as populated as we're used to. I'd like to be able to get in a car and ride a half hour and be in a city somewhere.
Yeah, but you just don't want to go to places where you got hurricanes and tornadoes and all that crap.
Yeah.
There, you know.
Yeah.
That's another thing that you have to sacrifice with moving down south.
That's it. Yeah. Hey, Novice, I put my phone number in a private chat. I don't know if you can get it off the phone there.
Well, here's something, and again, I might be. I
see it. I got you.
I might be just justifying it, but my wife and I, we've owned two houses, and we're currently renting in an area that's brand new, and it's more or less townhomes, right? And it's fairly expensive in comparison. It's about the same as owning a house. Okay, so I could easily be owning a house, but you know, I crunched the numbers and I looked at it and I said, you know what, we may be paying more monthly, but at our age right now, we're both 50. I'm within 6 years of retirement. I don't have to worry about replacing windows. I don't have to worry about replacing roofs. I don't have to worry about shoveling or mowing. If an appliance goes, and if an appliance goes, it gets replaced brand new. Everything's taken care of. So for me, At my age, owning a house, especially with this area, the rate of increase in value isn't high enough. I'd never see a return on my money if I bought a house again.
Yeah.
It would be more for my daughter. But so what we did was
That's what we're thinking.
and so for the sale on the sale of our last home, we took whatever equity we had, which was a decent amount, and we invested it for our as part of our retirement. So now we're paying a good chunk of change to be in a very comfortable situation where maintenance is at an absolute minimal. I mean, I don't.
Right.
I change a light bulb. Okay.
That's cost effective.
Yeah, I used to have to like change a furnace from time to time, hot water heater, washing machine would go, dishwasher would go. You'd have to repair this. You'd have to the upkeep on a house just monthly. People don't realize it's expensive. So I don't think I never ever would have caught up with the equity on buying a brand new home. So whatever equity we had is invested, and I think at my state, if I were 40 years old, I probably would have bought another house. But at 50, I'm like, you know what? I think renting's good.
Yeah.
No, it goes with your economics.
Yeah.
I mean, your economic situation. Like right now, we haven't moved because my wife's mom is here from Puerto Rico. For now, here's the worst luck that could ever happen. She's a great woman. I love her, everything. But she came here from Puerto Rico. Remember Hurricane Maria?
Oh yeah.
That hit Puerto Rico. Well, her house was damaged slightly. There was some structural damage, and she came here. And then she went back down. Well, she was going to go back down, and we found out that she had cancer. So she's been here for 3 years getting treatment. And now it's come to the conclusion she cannot get back to her house because her house was on the side of a mountain. There was only one road going up. Now they repaired the road and patched it so people could get back up the mountain. It's a one car up, one car down. They have a guardhouse at the top. So there's never two cars on. But this earthquake ripped away half of the mountain.
Oh, geez.
So now, even if she were to get back there, there's no way to get to the house. So now with her family thinking, maybe you should sell the house, because what happens is if you abandon a house or leave a house, or someone dies and you don't have the paperwork, the house goes to the state.
Right.
So rather than let this house, and this is a 2-story house with maybe about 12 rooms.
Oh, geez.
She never went to the second floor because there was no need. She lived downstairs. So basically half the house was being wasted anyway.
Yeah.
But she also wants to go back to Puerto Rico. She's tired of being here.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame her. That's her homeland.
Right.
All of her friends and late relatives are still there. She's tired of being in New York. So until we decide what happens with her, or she decides what she's going to do, we're here.
Right.
Which is understandable. My wife wants to be close to her mom.
Right.
But once something comes up, we'll probably be out of here pretty quick.
Oh, is that a possibility that you all would move back to Puerto Rico?
You know what? I would love to, except my Spanish is only that of a 4th grader. I could curse you out all day long in Spanish, but what I have to do is translate the conversation. By the time I translate the conversation, you're already 2 sentences ahead of me.
Right.
I would really, really love to go to Puerto Rico, but those hurricanes are no joke, bro. And they get hit. Either hurricane goes south, one goes north, or they get hit directly. And now, because we found out that they're on a volcanic fault line, it seems the volcanoes are rising up out of the ocean. So Puerto Rico is going through earthquakes, and it's actually getting bigger. The island's getting bigger, but so much destruction is going on until the earth decides to stop moving.
Right.
So it's pretty much hands tied. It would be a great place to visit, but I've been there to visit a few times, but I really, really wouldn't want to stay during hurricane season.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's really, really beautiful there. When I say people have fruit trees in their backyard and on their property, you go outside, you pick up mangoes, You bump a tree, mangoes, all pineapples, coconut, all this stuff. And people have so much. They actually will let someone come in their yard and collect it all and take it and sell it to market because there's that much falling.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
You know, and instead of letting it, because if you let a bunch of fruit and stuff sit on the ground, you have swarms of flies and bugs and everything else.
Right.
Don't rub it in. Don't remind us, Roger.
Well,
You know, I
I
can
would-
always,
can-
can always send you some of that.
yeah. I mean, I got some. I
told
got
Paul.
I got some I can
Huh?
send you too. I got some. I can
No,
send
New
you.
York right now, the 5 boroughs is snow proof. All
Oh.
the snow that has tried to get here, it's turned into rain. Let's keep
Okay,
it that way.
we'll ship some down for you.
That's okay. I'm good. That's okay. I'm really good.
Because I got a
appreciate
ton of
this-
this lake effect snow stuff kicking around that you can have.
I appreciate the thought, but it's okay.
Okay.
Paul's been trying to send us snow for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, we want you to know, Lawrence, that we're always thinking about you.
Yep.
Listen, thank you, but no thank you. Pretty much. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm trying to find a place to put this damn phone, to sit this phone down.
You need
Well, I
one of
need
those.
something.
What is it? Some tech. What is that? What they do? The weather tech. Now they got a phone stand that goes in. It clamps.
In a cup holder?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, not only a cup holder. Now they got one for like a desk or for whatever. You just set it down and your phone's in it.
That's they did. Did you guys see the survey about the human brain and cell phones?
No.
Well, they just did a survey saying that a person on drugs, when they use drugs, their brain shrinks.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, they just came to a conclusion that because of so much cell phone activity, it's considered a drug, and our brains are getting smaller.
Well, there you go. Well, actually, there was a, and I don't know how credible it is. It was a medical research facility in Australia that also determined that the human neck is starting to develop a growth that's causing the head, and they're attributing it to everybody's posture always being down and looking at cell phones. So people are developing this growth on one of their vertebrae in their neck, and that's a result of everybody's head always being bowed to their phone. Supposedly,
I would tend to believe that. I would tend to believe that.
Instead of
And
walking
also-
and looking as straight, they're all down on their phones.
Also, thumb injuries are at an all-time high.
Oh, because people are on their phones.
Like, right, because they're on their phones, they're always texting. And have you seen how fast some of these kids can text?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh
And-
yeah.
oh, I got a kid who can text without even looking.
Oh,
Yeah, now see, that's scary.
He
That's
can,
scary.
he can text, and he showed me. He texted his friend. He just looked right at me and was able to text messages, and they were fairly accurate. I mean, not perfect, but he can text without looking. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
there's definitely something wrong with that.
My granddaughter's 4 years old. She's already texting.
Ugh.
You know?
This is scary.
I got
because
something scarier.
Eventually, people won't know how to write.
I
They've
got something
already taken
yeah.
script
Yeah,
out
they
of
took
schools.
script out of school. I got something a little scarier than that. At 4 years old, my daughter knew how to swipe a credit card.
Wow.
That to me is more scary.
That is. So you saw the story before Christmas. The little girl was looking through the famous. This was back before Toys R Us closed.
Yeah.
They looked at the famous no, it was Amazon. I'm sorry, that's a different story. On Amazon, you can order through Alexa, right?
Right.
Well, the little girl was looking online and she started ordering all this stuff. Next thing you know she gets like 20, 30 packages delivered to the house
Oh, geez.
on the same day. On the same day, the mother
my
found
God.
out the little girl went shopping for everyone in the house, brought some things, a lot of things for herself.
Nice.
And now her mother's stuck with a bill because Amazon said, you have it set to authorize. That's
Ugh.
not our fault.
Yep.
Oh, you should be able to return it though, right?
She was able to return 3/4 of the stuff,
Okay, good.
but stuff that came from overseas.
Yeah,
and
there are some
things-
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
there's no return.
Yeah. So She said she made the little girl go to the church and give it away, everything
geez.
away.
There you go.
There.
There it is.
There it is.
He's trying to sell you something.
No,
I know.
I just thought that it was really because it's a weighted bottom, and it's got the cut open where you can put your charge cord if you want to, and the sides you can adjust them side to side. So
Paul, I'm going to cut on the light and show you my desk. All right. Don't be scared.
And while he's doing that, Paul, did you ever get that shelf? Did you get one of those?
I actually I canceled the glass shelf.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Paul, where the hell am I going to put that on here? Huh? Seriously. This, and I'm not going. I'm still going around this way. I've made the little tabletop.
Wait a minute.
I have
Dan,
literally.
stop right there.
I
I see a space over there on top of
Well, right here,
at a clock.
right here,
Yeah.
next to the mic.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm actually cleaning it today. So by showing it to you guys, now I have to clean it today. Since I'm going to stay in, I'm not going out in that. Well, I am going to go out in the cold, but not for long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing to add to my desk, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Herman. Good
But
morning.
I know where everything is, though.
Morning.
That's the good thing.
How you doing, Herman?
Hello,
Herman's
Herman.
gonna be coming on here soon. Oh,
What's
the band is gonna be back together again.
Take care, Junk.
What's
Pick.
up, Herman?
Okay, Junk Pick, you take care.
Actually,
Bye, Jack Pick.
Actually, Roger, I got to get going. Like I said, I'm going to go into school for a bit today. I got some work on.
Well, say hello to Herman first.
So
Okay,
I said
Mark.
hello. I said hello to Herman. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. Hey, if the family doesn't watch out for the family, who's going to?
yeah,
So you running away when I get on?
Running away.
yeah. I'm running away since you came on. Yeah, it's all your fault. I tried to run away when Paul came on, but
Didn't work.
wasn't successful.
And here it is. I'm on, and Herman's on. You're still here.
Yeah, I know. But I gotta get going. I gotta commit to getting some work done. So
Well,
Okay,
actually,
Mark,
he's
thank you so
planning-
much for coming in.
I appreciate it, Roger. What's
he's
that, Paul?
Mark's planning on going out and shoveling several dumpsters full of snow, and they're going to send it to you.
Yeah.
Laura,
Lawrence and Herman, you're getting some snow from
getting
Central
some
New York.
snow, Yeah.
Some
Let me get
special,
this straight.
some special lake effect snow.
Let
Yeah.
me get this straight. You're gonna shovel the snow?
No,
Yeah.
no, we got a front loader
Oh,
out there. We got a front loader.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll wait for it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, listen, I'm paying good money to live where I live now. I ain't got to shovel squat.
There you go.
So take care, everybody. Thanks for
Okay,
having me.
Mark.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later,
Bye,
bro.
Mark.
See you later.
Later. That's good, Herman.
Nothing much.
Nothing much. You had your morning cup of Joe yet?
I'm on my second cup.
You know what? I'm going to start drinking coffee again. I used to be addicted to coffee, and I drink at one time I do recall drinking maybe about 6-7 cups a day, which was a lot for me.
Okay.
My system doesn't like caffeine.
Well, the interesting thing is on your travel log, you could tell throughout the travel log, Herman was starting to go through caffeine withdrawal because he was looking every place he was looking for coffee.
Oh yeah, Herman.
You know,
Herman needs, because it's funny when we got to where we were, he's like, I gotta get some coffee. The coffee drinkers get migraines if you don't drink it regularly.
Yeah.
yeah. I remember when I had the surgery on my foot, on my ankle. When I came out of surgery, my head was just boom, boom, boom. I was like, what? I said, what the hell is going on? And that's what they told me. It was at the hospital. I was having caffeine withdrawal.
Yeah, I was hooked up on a bottle. What do you call it?
IV.
An IV, especially for for that, because I was going through a really bad coffee withdrawals.
So they put caffeine in the IV?
I don't know what they put in it, but it calmed it down. I had less headaches.
That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
I've always heard of a coffee headache. I never knew what it was until Herman explained it to me.
Oh yeah, it feels like your forehead to the middle of your head is about to blow off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? Sean says it looks like another version of those guys.
Yeah, early morning.
What happened to your volume?
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm just speaking softer. That's all.
Oh,
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, I have to
Check
charge
out-
this Bluetooth.
Everybody check out everybody's channel.
Hold it, I'm going black for a second.
Okay. What's up, Joe?
Howling Fun RV. I love cappuccinos. I buy what do you call it? Ice cappuccinos. That's what I buy when I go.
Frappuccinos. They're frappuccinos.
in the
See,
summer.
Roger, that would get me to Canada. If you had frappuccinos, I'd be there. Frozen
Yeah, Mark.
cappuccinos, I
Yeah.
love.
I drink my coffee the old-fashioned way. Black,
Hot?
no sugar.
Now, do you put any sweetener or anything in it, Herman?
Black, no sugar,
Okay.
and
Well,
dark roast.
You're what's known as a diner delight because they just come around and pour.
Uh-huh.
No, it's got to be dark roast coffee though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Ooh, special.
yeah.
Herman
Yeah.
says,
Say it.
Herman says, Lawrence, you've known me a long time. You don't know that yet?
You got to go hard, man.
No, you know what? Herman has brought me coffee before, and he's like, well, what kind of coffee you want? And I'm like, yeah, hazelnut. And he's like, hazelnut. You know, like, don't drink that girly stuff.
Well, it's not that. I mean, if you ever speak to anybody that comes from where they produce coffee, they'll tell you only the bad coffee gets flavored. They won't waste the good coffee on that.
That would make sense. That would make sense. That would definitely make sense. All right, time to cut the TV off. There's nothing on.
My father hates decaffeinated coffee because he said they tampered with it. How'd they get the caffeine out of it?
Valid point. Very valid point. It's not that easy to well, yeah, I that's true. How do you get the caffeine out of something that's grown naturally?
But then I asked him, I said, well, how do you get flavored cream out of the cow? Because he puts that in the coffee.
I don't know. The flavored creams are, to me, I'm a little scared of some of them. There's just the flavors that they come up with.
The flavored cream in your coffee?
Mm-hmm. I've tried it, but it doesn't taste like coffee anymore.
Oh.
It gets rid of the actual purpose of you drinking coffee if you're going to eat something that tastes like ice cream.
I mean, I've never drank coffee in my entire life, ever.
Paul, are you serious?
I'm serious. And so
You've never even had a coffee? You've never even had a coffee flavored candy?
It's like me having no
chili.
chili.
Yeah. Now, I think when I was probably a teenager or below, somebody gave me some coffee. I took 2 sips. I said, nope, that's it. And so anyway, I don't understand the difference between a cappuccino and a mocha or this or
well,
that.
me either, Paul.
If I explain, Paul, if I explain the difference, Roger would get banned for copyright infringement, et cetera, and discrimination. So I'm going to stay quiet.
Well, you know,
You don't want to hear my version of why they have so many different coffees.
well,
Trust me.
yeah, it's so that these coffee baristas feel like they're really doing something. I think, you know.
Coffee barista. You're really
Yeah,
poking
that's
the
what
bear,
they have
Paul.
in the high end places.
You know what, Paul?
They have a
You're
title.
really tempting me, Paul.
Paul, you know what's
really
funny
tempted
about
me.
that? That's the nice way of putting it, because when you said about the diner and the just pouring,
Yep.
there's some people that come from that day where you got your coffee either black, you got your coffee dark,
Yep.
you got the coffee light.
Yep.
Other than that, get the hell out of here.
Yep.
Right.
And
right.
on the counter was those little big sugar dispensers. You just,
Yeah.
if you wanted that.
It was either sugar, cream, or milk.
Yep.
Not none of this
Then you
pumpkin
had-
spice latte.
Then you had what? Tea,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Now you got
Yeah.
Now
all
you got
kind of-
$15 coffees where they do a design
Yeah,
on the top.
48 different flavors of tea,
Yeah.
50 different coffee flavors. And I'm like, wait a minute, it's all coffee. But the problem I have with it is that, to me, coffee is supposed to have somewhat of a bitterness to it.
Right.
You
Just
understand?
like chocolate is.
So when you start loading it up with other things, you start interfering with that, and it still has that same bitterness in it behind that sweet.
Yeah.
So I don't care for that, because even with black coffee, to me, is the worst when you add sugar to it. It's like
I don't know.
you're just trying and trying and trying, and it ain't happening.
Well, and I just don't get the $12 and $15 cups of coffee. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean, you're
Rest
paying
in
for
peace,
the
Mavic Mini. Make the
you're paying
best.
for the pumps
of a
and the
bag.
spurts and the dashes and the drizzles.
And you're paying for that $15 an hour salary.
Yeah.
At least here in New York, that's what it is.
Roger
but-
said he'd be a good coffee tester.
Mm-hmm. I see these
Well-
guys tasting coffee, testing them. I take that job. I know good coffee when I know it. When I might
you know
taste
what's
Yeah.
funny?
I
They
feel the
used to
same way
have
about
that-
beer, Roger.
They used to have that in the mall over here.
it.
They
Yeah.
used to have
Yeah.
this place that used to do surveys, and when they stopped customers and asked them to try different products, they would never let you know the name of it,
Yeah.
but they ask you to try all these different products. And they went from like potato chips, crackers. One day they asked me about beer.
Kyle, I'm going to the
And-
store.
They gave me some beer to take home and drink.
Okay.
After drinking about 3 or 4 of them, I didn't know what the difference was in them anyway, because they give you they gave you quarts.
Okay.
So I just took them home and threw them in the refrigerator. They would test. That's back when malt liquor, when they were testing the St. Ives beer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they give you come back and you fill out the survey with them, and then they give you some more to take home and drink. But after a while, like I said, the whole bag was the same thing, and they try to get you to see how you like this new beer before they bring it out.
Uh-huh.
I actually got the test. You remember when wine coolers at Seagram's wine coolers came out?
Yeah.
We worked at a recycling factory where they recycled glass and cardboard.
Mhm.
And a guy comes in with one of those 40-yarders full of cases of wine coolers. And we're like, well, why are they throwing it away? He says, well, this was the first batch that they've perfected, and now they're going to go into production. So needless to say, that particular day, everybody came home with 3 and 4 cases of this stuff. And this was like 6 months before they launched it. Till this day, I see a wine cooler and I just get the chills. I can't anymore.
It turns your stomach, huh?
I drank so much of that stuff that
Well,
morning, mister.
it's probably
Right.
the same thing that happened to you, Lawrence, over the moonshine thing. I remember that.
Stop it.
But-
Yeah, you know what?
but
I'm not
when they-
letting you guys know I have that stuff anymore.
You know what's funny? When they had the little what's that, the thing for the advertising with the Red Bull in the park, people
Mhm.
raided that thing.
Yeah.
The little truck that rolls by for you to
Uh-huh.
take a Red Bull. Yeah, okay,
Take a Red Bull.
take a Red Bull.
Yeah, and You know what's funny about it too? They talk about cigarettes and they talk about people buying beer and alcohol, but they allow kids to buy Red Bull and stuff. Now they're wondering why all these kids are having heart attacks and strokes
Well, kids are
at
going
14 and
into
15 years old.
well, kids are going to the Dunkin' Donuts and buying all that flavored coffee drinks and everything.
Mm-hmm. You know, it's not too bad. I lied. It is bad. I just got hit with wind. I thought it would be okay.
And where's your
Ouch.
scarf?
If I'm not mistaken, down here they got new laws out now for against the kids getting Red Bull and all that.
They need to do it here in New York because you see kids before they go to school
Yeah.
and they're buying Red Bull, and Monster's another brand.
Yep.
Monster is famous amongst the sports.
They probably do. They probably do because a lot of that is written on the cans, I believe. Because I know it is
Now,
with, like,
yeah, now
I
it
know
is.
it is with the sports drinks and stuff like that. But no one is watching that, and you know how New York City police are. If you don't tell them to do it, it don't
Yeah.
get done. They
It's
focus
true.
on what they're told to focus on.
Yeah, that's true. But I
and
see it every
nobody's
morning.
enforcing that. They'll stop you with the cigarette, but they won't stop them with that. You know, they'll probably
and I
stop
think-
them with a
I
vape pen, but they won't stop them with that.
And it's messed up because lots of kids are having heart attacks and strokes, and they attribute it to drinking Red Bull and energy drinks.
Yeah.
And nothing's being done about it, at least here in New York. I mean, I can, and in New York, it's true. If you got the money, you can buy anything at any time of the day here in New York. And it's just crazy how you can go in and buy some of the simplest stuff, but they're only looking out for cigarettes and beer, and the guy selling cigarette Lucy's on the corner.
Yeah.
You know, loose cigarettes.
Yeah.
I mean, like this store I'm going to, there's a group of guys that hang out. Now, I know they sell marijuana and stuff like that, right? But
Yeah.
I walk out of the store with a can of beer, the cops stop me. I'm like, yo, why are you messing with me instead of fucking with these guys? You know? You follow me. You drove here. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm going dark for a second, but I'm still listening.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, well, here if you get caught, the stores you have to get caught selling cigarettes to minors or whatever, they can lose their permits completely.
Oh yeah, here too.
And very big fines.
Yeah, it's here. It's here too. In fact, my nephew is studying to be a police officer, and because he just turned 20, and he still has a baby face, they have him go in the stores and unmarked and purchase Lucy's and beer, and then when he comes out with a cigarette or beer in his hand, they run in the store and shut him down, take their license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I told him he should stop doing that because they're going to get used to seeing his face.
But yeah.
But he doesn't care.
Not only that, they're gonna follow him home one day.
Yeah, not only that, but they're gonna realize, hey, we just sold something to this kid, and they ran in behind us.
Yeah, but you know
Right,
what?
they ran in behind him.
When he becomes an officer, they're not going to put him there. They're going to put him in somebody else's neighborhood to terrorize them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's usually how they do things.
So Lawrence, it's too cold to fly there today, isn't it?
It's more so windy than it is cold.
Oh, okay.
It's more so windy than cold. It's
Okay, so you were out there, yeah, right. I didn't go out there yet.
So Herman's been thinking about it. I can see it in his eyes.
Thinking about what?
no. If I flew today, it would be
going to
FPV.
fly?
Yeah.
It would be FPV.
No,
Definitely.
I'm just
Going black again.
Okay.
look
I
out.
think Ray is expecting you guys to show up with your drones.
Not today.
No,
he's not.
no.
No.
He knows Herman and I aren't coming out if the wind is past a certain miles per hour. And like I'll go out with my racing drone, but I won't be out long.
Listen.
Well, no, because then it's back to FORD. You know,
F-O-R-D. Oh,
yeah.
Ford. You're stupid.
We need to get him a T-shirt says FORD repair service. You know.
Ford repair.
Yeah.
That's funny. Excuse me.
Oh man.
Every morning I go through this stupid ritual.
Okay, how
Having COPD.
You have a good day.
Having COPD, they give me a medicine that causes me to eject.
Okay. Ike
There's
Fly, how you
phlegm.
doing? Ike Fly. Ike Fly's in the chat, guys. Check him out.
Who's going out flying? Oh, Howling is leaving, huh?
Excuse me. 1 second.
William uploaded like about 100 videos.
Ickfly, his big smiley face.
Who?
Ickfly.
Oh, okay.
IKKFLY. Ickfly.
Uh-huh.
Your boy Philly's on.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be doing his treadmill thing.
Are you quitting FPVing there, Ike Fly? Serious?
Really? Yeah, because it used
Why?
didn't it used to say Roger Ickfly FPV?
Yeah.
So now he took the FPV off his name.
Why are you quitting? I can't see the chat, but it'll be interesting to know why. Up until I started flying recently, I was about to quit.
Well, Herman and I can understand why we would never. Herman and I know why we would never start, but that's just our opinion.
Well, like I said, if I had gotten into it when I was younger, oh man, I would have loved building and doing those kind of things because I like doing that when I was. But now, I just want to fly and do what I'm doing. To have to, get into the building and everything like that, I just and have to fix and.
Okay. He's no, I'm not. He laughs. But my friends are. It shocks me.
Ickfly, didn't your name used to say Ickfly FPV, or was I just mistaken?
Either that or you're a fortune teller.
There you go.
Actually, Herman, it's
Yeah.
not too bad out here.
Yeah.
Once you've gotten used to the chill.
There you go.
The FAA is really getting to people, he says. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. but-
Don't let it
know-
scare you, bro. It'll be another 2 years.
Yeah, everybody, you got a little over a week if you want to make a comment.
Right. Just keep, I mean,
And
Here's
make
what
it a
it is.
smart comment. Make it a smart comment. Don't curse them out because they count those as negativity.
Yeah.
And if they get more negative than positive, they're going to say, see, we told you they don't need the hobby.
Ike Fly says, no, he didn't, Paul. He didn't have
Okay.
FPV. No.
Sorry, I just thought I remembered it as with a capital FPV behind it.
Maybe he's trying to predict the future.
Yeah,
He sees FPV after your name.
yeah. I see a lot of stuff.
hey, Hadley.
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
But you know
Hey,
what?
Hadley.
You know what, Lawrence?
What?
Paul has things for everyone to do.
I know. He almost sounds like a politician.
The travelogue show is going to be good for you two, though. That's the next one.
See, I told you, he's got something for everyone.
See, Paul believes what a lot of people believe, that words have power. And if he says it enough,
Yeah.
you will actually believe it. Just like he used to tell himself, I don't want a live stream. I'd never do a live stream. Now, 2 o'clock in the morning, who the hell is on? Huh? Who's on at 2 in the morning?
I don't know. Roger used to be.
Roger.
Paul and the people on the way to the bathroom.
Yeah, because that's when I saw Paul on. I see an alert. I come back, the room is lit up with my phone, and then I see Paul live. I said, I'm not even clicking the screen. I turned my phone over. I just turned my phone over, plain and simple.
Oh, that would have been it for you. In the middle of the
Then
night,
I
you-
would have been synced into getting up earlier than I already do. If I get up at 4, I lay in bed from 3:30 till then.
Oh no, but I'm just saying, if you'd have got on the phone live with Paul from bed, oh no, that'd have been it.
No,
Your
no,
wife
definitely
would have
not.
killed you.
Oh no, she would just curse me out and say, "What the hell are you doing?" And take that shit to the living room.
See what Ike Fly wrote down?
No, I can't see the chat.
Spoonie J, Vera Jane, and Chris Teal made a Save My Hobby video, and a bunch of people shared it on Facebook, and Facebook took them all down, called it spam.
Yeah, see the trick to posting stuff on Facebook is it depends on the group you're posting it in. Because if all it takes is one person to report you as spamming, and they're usually the admins of the group, and you'll get timed out. Plain and simple. You need to find what group that was that he put them in, and start from there. Because I notice a lot of people will put stuff on your page, your Facebook page and stuff, and will not allow you to put it on theirs.
Hadley
Your
just
stuff on
said
theirs.
he ordered his first Cinewhoop, Lawrence.
Uh-oh. What kind? I'm getting ready to cut the computer on, but I'm not going to be on too long because I have to run out and run errands. And I'm not going to be one of those people that walk down the street talking on a live stream. Everybody else be FaceTime. I got to be special and do a live stream.
That's it.
Walk right into
Hadley.
it.
Quick question, Hadley. I'm starting up the computer now, but I have a TBS Unify Pro in my Bird, and I have no telemetry for it. Now I need telemetry to be able to turn up the power levels on a DTX. Any links you can send me on Messenger? That's it, I'm done.
What happened?
Hadley says Facebook has big funding from Amazon, and Amazon is backing full strength the new rules from the FAA.
Oh, that's cool, Geek Savannah. Yeah, that's the way to go at it.
All right, let's try this here. Let's see, now I can look at the chat and actually mute the live stream and still be on the phone.
Hey, good morning, Bill. Hope you're doing good. Newfound Drone Productions.
Hey, Bill.
Morning.
Hadley says, what quad?
The 7-inch. The 7-inch that I have.
Ike Fly says, I'm pissed. I'm going to kick the windows at the airport.
On the 7-inch. On the 7-inch.
Drone Rise, how you doing? Photography, good morning. I bought a 3-axis gimbal for my GoPro for $55 Canadian. What a deal. Oh, nice.
Excuse me.
Okay there, Ike Fly. You drive safe, my friend.
Excuse me. Wow.
You all right?
There's one more due. No, it comes to that time of the year, but it's still too cold. But as the weather gets warmer each day, each month, I'll sneeze one time more. Like that was just 2. I expect it was supposed to be 3. So by next month, I'll be sneezing 4 times in the morning. And by midsummer, I'll just be sneezing all freaking day. Later, IKK. I gotta shave.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
saying that for the past couple of days too.
See you.
I
Bye.
got shave.
Yeah,
Hadley, I'll explain in the chat.
So Ickfly's first name must be, according to Hadley, must be Eric.
Okay, I'll check it out right now, Bill.
So Paul, when was the last time you got out?
Man, it's been end of January. Because there's just nothing going on shipping.
Do you go out in the cold if one comes through?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool.
I've flown in 0 weather.
How do you keep your batteries warm?
I bring them out of the house into a warm car, they put it on the ground, and once it's on the ground, I very rarely, because it's doing the draw, so it's self-warming type of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not in the air that long. My typical flight lasts 7 to 8 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
But when I had the
You don't-
Enterprises, they had self-warming batteries, so you could be out in the cold and then hit the button, and the batteries would warm themselves up.
Right. Well, as a result of someone losing a drone here in New York, that people are discovering that if the batteries aren't self-warming, that you should hover there for a little bit
Yep.
and let them warm up. It's for that reason I keep the voltage notification on also, because you pay attention to your voltage more than anything else, because if there are large jumps and spikes in it, something's wrong.
Yep.
Your battery, when you hit throttle, it's supposed to spike 2 to 5 numbers, but if it spikes 5 to 10, and it's not fighting the wind, that could be an issue. Okay, let's see.
About
Put
that
this
when
in.
I'm not flying out of the car.
To check that link out there, Newfound Drone put up. That's a girl.
GoPro.
No, I think for your phone there. Dang it!
It's the thing. You put it in
The
the
smart
handle.
audio wire needs to be put on a TX pad on the flight controller.
You heard me, Paul?
I got you, Hadley.
With the temperature of the batteries,
Uh-huh.
I don't worry about that if I'm flying out of the car.
Yeah, because
Like,
they're
I have
warm.
my case in the car. I came out of the house. I've just put it in the car. It's warm in the car. They're virtually pretty good once you start that thing up. And you going through your check.
Well,
set up on your
the
screen.
other thing I'll do, Herman, since I'm flying the Mavic 2, a Zoom, if I'm gonna be out and I want to be able to quick change the batteries, I'll put the other battery on an inside pocket inside my coat, so the body heat's keeping it warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I keep a battery in there. I do that too.
Yep.
But other than that, if I'm flying and I'm out of the car and I got my case is sitting there it's gonna be sitting there for a minute, I'll take a hand warmer and throw in the box.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a priority. Because as long as the box is closed, it'll keep a decent temperature inside. So the smart audio wire needs to be put on the TX pad. Be put on a TX pad on the flight controller.
On the transmitter.
No,
Couldn't tell you.
if I believe what I'm reading is correct, I need to run a wire from one board to the next, to the flight controller, which is down lower. We'll have to talk about that, because if it's just a wire, I might be able to do it.
From where to where?
From the radio, from the receiver. The receiver should have a spot to run it straight to the flight controller. to run telemetry to the flight controller. At least that's what I'm hoping. If not, it'll be figured out before the week is out.
Okay.
Oh, Roger's on the phone.
I'm off now.
Oh,
Hey, West Haven, how you doing? Good morning.
you know what it is? I'm actually watching the delay.
Oh.
You guys are over here on the phone, and I'm looking up at the screen over here.
Okay.
That's what it is. I'm used to watching it in real time, and that wasn't real time.
Everybody check out everybody's channels. Everybody, make sure you got them. And don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you all so much.
How we doing on that, Roger?
Got 17 looking, 14 likes, 2
Hey,
dislikes.
West Haven, I supported your channel.
I think I have everyone here. Yep.
Today is Thursday. Yeah.
And no one's out flying.
Oh, there's someone out flying with, you know where we live, out here in New York.
Somebody is.
The VTX multi-port plug, white audio wire, needs to be soldered to the UART6 on the pad. So you're saying I need to move. Well, I put the body on. The white wire to the 6 URT. I got you. The same white wire that I recently had moved, correct? Just to confirm, we're talking about the same white wire. I know which one you're talking about. I'm looking at it right here inside. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I can see the wire right there. That needs to be moved to UART. Well, I had meant send me a link because usually you have videos on how-to stuff. That's why I was saying to send me a link.
Bomb squad.
What happened?
Couldn't be on the bomb squad, bro.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No. I definitely not. If you said cut the red wire.
The video, Lawrence will be like this with the bomb. Which one? This wire right here?
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. So move the white wire to UART6. Gotcha. That was so simple. But not simple enough for me because I didn't know. The VTX multi-port plug, the white smart audio wire, needs to be soldered to the UART6 pad on the pad. That made sense. And what's scary, there was a time I wouldn't have knew what the hell he was talking about.
Did you send I think Hadley was looking for a link.
All right, I would have to join through the computer here. Let me hang up here and go through the Gmail and I'll send them a link.
I just sent them a link.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm joining in through the link here, so I need to mute this audio.
Okay.
Roger, I'm gonna go get some more coffee.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
After Herman gets back, I'll go get myself a coffee too.
Okay.
Be the last one
Now
for the morning.
I can hang up that.
We have royalty in here. Where do you see royalty? West Haven. Michael Benny, are you on the road still now, or?
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I just had to plug in my Yeti.
Yeti.
I don't leave it plugged in because it's...
Hey, what's up, man?
What's good, Hadley?
What up, guys? What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure it's clear. been mixing some different audio tracks for people. Get this shut off. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I saw video number episode 11, man. You gotta, Hadley, you gotta feed them slowly. Put out a video a week. I know it's hard and you want to get it out there, but you gotta put out a video a week.
Got 4 more that are done.
Dude, what's gonna happen is you're gonna burn out.
Oh, I got 4 more that are done.
Get out of here.
The Nindichi people want me to keep posting every 3 days.
Oh, get out of here.
Mhm.
Okay, so all right.
I like my iFlight gear, man.
Is it bringing you subscribers?
Yeah, I went up since 2 weeks ago. I went up 40.
Okay, so it's working.
Yeah.
All
and then
right. Well, in that case,
68 for the last 28 days.
scratch what I just told you
Yeah.
and grind.
Yeah, this is what they told me to do. I'm just doing what I'm ordered to do. You know.
Yeah, long as
I'm a good worker.
right, as long as they see their logo and that's what it's about.
Yep. Well, in the first one with the water park, I was asked to not put any sponsor logos or anything in there by the bikers that invited me in.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say no to my homeboys. You know what I mean?
No, that's understandable too. But then you have your business videos, so everyone's happy.
Yep. That's what the second one was just a quick clip with a couple of people that have been supporting me lately. And I have to say it, you guys all know Kev FPV, right?
Yeah.
He won this.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
What was the move?
It was a juicy flick to popping over the tree and clip 4 at the very end.
See, now that's not fair for a rookie like me. Juicy flip.
Flick.
What the hell?
It's when you're flying. It's when you're flying along, and you pop the quad, and you kind of look back at the way you're going
as you're going backwards.
And as I'm going backwards from where you popped up at, and then I popped over a tree that I've been trying for like a year and a half to do. I always end up in that damn tree, and it's muddy over there. So like,
and that's called a juicy flip.
The juicy flick is when you're flying along and you.
Oh, that's the actual flick. That's the flick.
It's a hard flick, a hard maneuver with throttle and the right.
I've done it over a light. You come close, you flick it, and you flip. But I just flipped over slowly.
So like when you're hauling butt going forward, and you flick it real hard, and if you can get it to turn around fast enough, you'll float backwards and look at the direction you came from.
That's what you're talking about.
It's taken me so long to get that maneuver down to where I can just do it on the fly.
Okay.
Oh, Roger's coffee time.
Herman, didn't you get coffee too?
Yeah.
Okay, so from your VTX, you know the wire that's coming out of your VTX.
The white wire, yes.
The white wire.
That I just moved to that.
What VTX do you have?
Unify Pro. It's a Unify Pro.
Do you know what version it is?
No, I'd have to actually open it back up and see, but it's
okay. So there's 2 ways you can do this.
I'm gonna have to open it anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna have to you have to open it up. You're gonna have to solder some. The easiest way to do it is if you still have the smart wire coming out or the smart audio wire coming out of the VTX multiport.
Yeah.
If you haven't removed that or cut it, the easiest way to do it is just to solder that to your flight controller to use it. But there is another way where you can actually solder it to the receiver. And say you've got the trifecta coming, you know, where you've got the Wi-Fi set up on your module, and you've got for your TX module, and then you've got the Wi-Fi on the goggle module. So all of it's connected together with a Wi-Fi thing.
Yeah.
You can change it that way, but you will have to have that smart audio going to your receiver instead of your flight controller, and you won't have smart audio control.
All right, so what's the simplest way?
Just put it on the flight controller because that's what you know.
Gotcha. The UART6. Okay. Take that white wire and solder it to UART6.
Yeah, don't desolder anything you've got soldered already.
Yeah.
The receiver, leave those wires alone. Don't touch those.
No, definitely.
And then take that white wire and just solder it on TX6, and you're good. Then you'll go into the ports tab, and you'll turn on, in the very far right in the ports tab on UART6, you're going to want to put it on smart audio. and that's all you do and click save.
Okay.
Okay, it's
So
like a little drop down box.
We're actually moving the smart audio from where it is on 3 to 6.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can solder that to TX6 or TX3 if you want. If smart audio is already permanently
that's
on,
what
and
it's on. That's what it's on now.
and it won't work.
I go into on screen. I go into the controller and I pull
OSD.
it up. I have on screen, right?
Yeah, the
I go into
OSD.
I go into TX or SA smart audio. Both of them are blank.
Okay, and you're doing it on your transmitter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it on your transmitter. You're going to go through your flight controller like you do on the race quad, where you push up and to the left and it lets you in the screen.
Yeah.
That's the way you're going to be setting it up from now on that quad. Do you have 4.1 on there?
Yeah.
Okay. And it's not letting you go into it. It brings it up, but it doesn't have any listing.
Exactly. That's
Okay,
exactly
so
it. Give me a second. I'm taking this last prop off and then I'll actually.
Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a table for that specific Unify. And then you're going to copy and paste that right into your CLI. And it's going to work this time because that quad is on 4.1. Your other one is on 4.06.
Okay. All right.
4.06, the reason we were having that PAL NTSC miscommunication between the camera and the VTX.
I know we're talking, it sounds like Chinese, right?
Sorry.
Yes, it sounded like Chinese to me at first. That's why I was saying it's funny that I actually
you have dove very deep into the rabbit hole, and it's at least you understand what I'm talking about.
It's drawing me in more and more. Paul's probably shopping now, right, Paul?
He's
I got you.
He's probably thinking about buying a Cinewhoop, I bet you.
So I'll move the white wire, like you said, and I'll start from there. Because
well, no, don't even move it. No, I'm gonna send you this table. If it's already connected, it's
on 3. It's on
3, and then is smart audio's on UART3. Oh, we'll find out right now.
And just copy that to the CLI and save it.
Yeah. So let me find this here.
So Roger, what was for breakfast?
He's on the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Yeah.
Let me move this mic back. And
over there shopping for drones.
Who, Paul?
Inspire.
Said Paul's shopping for drones?
Mm-hmm. You know what he's got going on, right?
What?
Here's what. Hey, Herman, I don't know if you can see
come out in a while, so he's got the itch.
Hey,
oh,
Herman, here's what scares me about getting it back another Inspire.
What? The price of the battery?
$359.37 for one battery.
Yeah.
They used to be $175.
But that battery can also microwave your chicken.
You know what though, Paul? How much are the Inspire 2 batteries?
Inspire 2s?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they're $400 a pair, you know?
Yeah, so they're $200 each.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
How have you been, Roger?
Not too bad, not too bad. Hey, the tank, how you doing this morning?
All right,
I'm doing pretty good there, Justin.
Good.
Getting used to my new car.
Oh, you got a new car?
Yeah.
How have I been?
Yeah, Roger's balling.
What'd you get, Roger?
Important, yep.
Sonata.
Oh, the Sonata?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay, you can send the link to Messenger.
What year?
108,000 kilometers.
What year?
2013.
Oh, very nice.
Told you, Roger.
All-wheel drive?
No, just two-wheel drive. I don't
Front wheel?
I just needed a two-wheel. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But, it only has 108,000 kilometers, so that's what 68,000 miles.
That's very low miles. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool.
And she's
Did you get the 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder?
4.
4-cylinder? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
Well,
good.
I'm-
Very,
I'm-
very good choice.
Yeah. I don't have a heavy foot anymore, so I just need a
Well, the maintenance on the 4 cylinders less money than the V6
Yeah.
is the reason I said very good choice, because and it gets better gas mileage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'm sure John helped you a little bit on directing you, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. He did the very educated pick for a vehicle. Because cost versus the longevity of the car, I mean, you picked a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's it. So and the guy says, how many miles you do a year? I says, I don't even do 10,000 kilometers, a lot less than that.
Yeah.
I was, Craig, you're gonna have that car until you die. Yeah, that's the main point.
Hey, Hadley.
That's what I'm gonna buy.
Hey,
What's up,
Hadley,
Lance? Yeah,
I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
We turned the smart audio off. It's on UART 2, and that's how we were able to fly. So
So
three
you
is
are
com-
you
three
are
is com- huh?
show me your screen,
Gotcha.
and we're gonna. You don't mind, Roger, if I walk
don't
in
mind.
through this?
I don't mind.
Okay. So share your screen.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're gonna
there
have
we
to do
go.
screen share from your
Yeah,
computer.
yeah. You saw me pick up my phone, right?
Yeah.
This burnout moment.
Okay.
There we go.
So
See, smart audio was on UART 2 here. I remember you
telemetry, don't look at that. I want you to go all the way over to peripherals on UART 3. So you're gonna
peripherals on UART 3. Yeah.
click on that. Go to VTX TBS Smart Audio.
Okay.
And click save and reboot.
All right.
Computer stuff is done. Now you can try and go into it, but I think you have 4 point. Go ahead and connect, and let's see which one you're on. So where it says show log underneath disconnect,
Yeah.
click on show log.
All
So
right.
you are on. Go up a little bit. Just scroll on the pad. There you go. Yeah,
Alright.
you're on 4.04. So you're not on 4.1, which is perfect. Go ahead and click disconnect. And I want you to grab up your goggles or a monitor and see if you can go into the smart audio selection through your flight controller.
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.
Okay.
Thank you, Roger, for that.
Oh, it's no problem. The other day we had Paul on with Sam. With what, 3 hours? His computer.
Yeah, I heard you guys were having a marathon there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second. Features. Bingo, it's there. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Now I can, okay.
Cool. I don't have to send you a VTX table too. That's good.
What happened?
I said I don't have to send you a VTX table. That's good.
Yes, that is very good. I'm going to disconnect everything. Well, I am disconnected. All right, very much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I call him Dr. Hadley now. Dr. Hadley FPV. So now you know the next drone you send me, you have to sign it Dr. Hadley FPV. We're starting something new here.
Well, what you do is you just short it to DOC Hadley.
True.
Hadley.
Oh, you just put the DR
Making house calls.
Yeah.
Right.
over the
One live
internet.
stream at a time.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
just took the props off too. I'm like, all right, I was
Perfect.
ready to open it up and move the wire, but you said I didn't have to move anything.
Nope. And you didn't.
See, I need to talk the wife into moving to Arizona where it's good for my lungs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
But
really
she
is.
doesn't want to leave her relatives here on the East Coast.
Well,
So
I mean, family is family. Family is everything. I mean, without family, what do you got? Just yourself.
Hmm.
You know what I
sometimes,
mean?
sometimes,
Sometimes that's positive
sometimes,
thought.
Hmm.
Hadley, Hadley, let's stick to the physical things and leave the psychological part alone.
Floyd, how you doing?
Well,
You know what?
some
If
of
you
that
don't
stuff.
have any, you wish for it. But if you have it, you got too much sometimes.
True. This is true.
That's why I moved to
What's
Arizona.
up, Louis P? How are you, buddy?
Just saying.
Hey, listen, I highly suggest you guys go through your subscribers list and your friends list and everyone that you talk to frequently every day. Make sure you're still subscribed, but do it on a PC if you can.
Yep.
Because I'm finding out if you go to certain people's accounts on the phone, it shows you as unsubscribed. And that's because you're logged in two ways. You're logged in through the actual YouTube app and you're logged in through the browser. And a browser may say that you're not subscribed to a person, but go through your subscribers list and make sure you still have all of your main people in your list.
Hey,
Because
Louis
I
P.
fi-
Floyd. Yeah, Dave, how you doing this morning? Nice to see you.
Louis P. Floyd says it's really calm over there.
How's it going in Nova Scotia there, Dave?
Over here. It's really calm over here. I'm guessing it's really tense
80.
somewhere else.
It's only 80, right, today?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Don't feel bad. You can say if it's going to be 80, it's 80. We don't mind here freezing in New York. 4 blocks from the Atlantic Ocean.
Listen, I'm not complaining.
I'll
about
show you guys right now what the temperature is going to be here. It says 83 for the high.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let me see if we can I'll pull up Tucson so you guys see exactly.
Okay, see, 51's like a spring day for me.
Yeah, 51 right now at 8 in the morning. Our high is going to be 83. Our low was only 45. It's getting warm again. Days are getting longer. But if you look Sunday and Saturday, I am not flying this weekend.
Oh, well, see, it's the reverse here because starting Saturday, it's going to be 52. Sunday, it's going to be 50. Monday, it's going to be 52. And I think Tuesday, it's supposed to be another 50. So,
There we getting rain and heavy wind in there.
yeah.
That's what we're getting all weekend. 96
So about 10 degrees Celsius with the minus 20 wind chill.
Yeah, I'm good. I like living here. We
Hey,
get that like
what's
a
up,
couple days
Puddle
out of the year.
Jumper? Hey, Puddle Jumper's in the lobby.
Hey, Furball.
Hey,
What's up, Kim?
what's going on, man?
I hope you don't get mad at me, Kim, for calling you Puddle Jumper, but I think that's a lot better than Furball Kim, personally speaking. I'm just
I know
saying.
he's no longer hacking up fur balls anymore, is he, Roger?
Nope.
Right. So,
Already
right.
It's 420 and his cigarettes.
So now he's jumping over puddles.
Yep.
Well, that's a personal thing.
That's it, Paul. What are you shopping for, Paul?
TMI, I think. Actually, I'm looking at DJI Inspire ones.
Batteries or just Inspire ones, period?
Inspired
Inspire
too.
ones.
Paul, did you buy the Autel Evo 2 yet or not?
Or
No,
pre-order it?
You-
Did you pre-order it?
it's all in pre-order.
I know people that have already gotten theirs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Their
nice.
manufacturing's been going on for 6 months.
I know, but if you go to the Autel site, they
It's
don't even want to talk about it.
I'm pretty sure you can pre-order from places and get it.
That's nice, Louis. Yeah.
Did you get yours yet?
No, I'm waiting for Best Buy to get them.
Well, it makes it much handier if you just. could
I'm gonna
take-
buy the 2-year warranty through Best
Yeah.
Buy. So if something happens, that's
Right.
what I'm waiting for. As soon as they hit the internet on Best Buy, I've got it set up for notification.
And that's the way I bought my Mini at Best Buy on the day that they were released.
Mhm. As long as you have the thing to return it,
Yep.
you're good. If you lose it, you're screwed.
Yep.
So like, if you crash it and
Hey,
it gets
Mortis.
destroyed, and you can at least
Aerials.
you get some of it.
Right.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Rigor Mortis. For Bob Kim, Brant Ariels, Desmond Donters, Michael Benny, Louis B. Floyd is going to be following some snowmobiles.
Drag
Thank you
racing,
again,
right?
Hadley. Now I don't have to open her back up.
Nope. No,
I can
you're
put the
good.
props back on.
Should be good. And when you're ready to tune it, that's going to be a whole bunch of more learning. I'm talking a lot. So be prepared for that when you want to tune it. And put RPM filtering on the ESCs and all that stuff. We're going to go through and do that and get you set up. So you will be your New York guru.
Let me absorb this little bit first.
Oh, I know.
Let me get the experience of putting the Crossfire Nano in the 5-inch bird you built, and that'll be a personal experience. And then
Yeah.
I'll be confident enough to.
Be super easy. It's going to be the easiest thing you've done to a bird yet. And it'll probably build your confidence tenfold.
Well, go ahead, Herman. Here we go.
All of those drones are going to take off at the same time. You watch it.
No.
Leave him alone. By
TBS Crossfire will not allow it to happen.
Leave him alone by himself. Watch.
Well, thank God Crossfire has that protocol in there so you can't connect to all of them.
Can't connect to multiple?
No. But you in the future you will be able to have multiple modules connected to one receiver. So say you
Okay.
have a TBS Tango 2 for travel, and then you got your QX7 for doing long range or whatever.
Right.
Or say you buy a big module and you want to use the big module, you can actually have it bound to both. It's just, I don't think the software's done yet. They're working on it right now. And it's all to do with the TBS Wi-Fi that they've built
Okay.
into everything. Yeah. So you have your own Wi-Fi setup, your own hotspot, basically your own link when
Your
you're out
own little
flying.
mini ground station.
Yeah, and the really cool thing is like the bigger module. If you really wanted to, you could turn on the connectivity to your phone, and you can upload your location with the barometer and GPS on your quad to FLARM. And it's been enabled something for like 2 or 3 years that if you wanted to turn it on, you can.
Interesting.
And that's a remote ID system, and I don't understand why they're not allowing that one in this whole situation that's going to be happening with the rules. That's the only thing I am bitching about.
Well,
It's
Herman mentioned something.
one damn company, and that's
Herman
not right.
mentioned something, and a lot of people that are in the FPV don't understand it, is if you buy an FPV drone fully put together or in a kit with the remote ID, it will have to come with
That's
the
a
remote ID receiver, transmitter, or whatever. Now, if you build your FPV drone, it will be your responsibility to put that piece into your bird.
Well, once that thing goes through, it has to be FAA approved parts
True. Yeah, definitely.
and assembled by an FAA approved mechanic.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like it's
Remote ID.
money game. It's about money.
Of course,
It's
just like the apps. They're going to start charging for the apps
it's
too.
the same thing that happened to planes many, many moons ago when the FAA kind of like stepped in, especially after planes were running into each other, like in California on the beach.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you guys remember that. You're of that age group.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what you trying to say? Early flight?
I'm not young either.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I was young. But yeah, it's just the same thing. It ends up being I mean, I understand the safety precautions of why they want this, but then there's a point where for us to build our own, like to start building something of our own, you're only going to be able to fly it at a FAA approved place. Like that
I don't think
location, like
it'll
an
get to that
AMA
point.
field.
I don't think it'll get to that point, because what happens when you have a 107 pilot who flies FPV and needs that FPV bird to be on scene to fly? You understand what I'm saying? And that's why
that's when you have to
it.
file for like months ahead to get approval. And the gear that you use has to be somewhat approved by the FAA to be used. So I know there's going to be some people out there. I hope you know, I'm hoping and praying like Mr. Steele gets all of his gear FAA approved so you can build one of his
And
drones.
right.
in the future,
Buy
you know
or
what I
build
mean?
one of his birds.
Yeah, or like the brand iFlight that I really stand by, for them to take a unanimous amount of parts that they've been you know, tested and tried for many years, that are, you know, a little bit older, but they will pass any tests that the FAA puts on them. So we
Right.
can build something out of parts that we know. I have a feeling we're going to be back to these like bullet connector technology crap that's not good, where you can't solder on everything. I have a feeling that's what they're going to want. Like
Well,
plug and play everything.
All we can do is wait and see. Everything's going into effect. We were forewarned.
Yeah.
Everybody was forewarned with what they were doing, and everyone was given the option, except FPV pilots, to have a say in it.
Well, and you know, if the United States does this, it's going to affect every other country. That's the thing that I don't think everybody's really on board with, because if the United States does it, and we're behind, we've got to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
part of that is that air traffic, you know, is air traffic. And when you're dealing with the drones and stuff in the sky, you also have to deal with manned aircraft.
True.
So when you're talking about planes that are going from country to country, yeah, I can understand where one country might pick it up, because it's if the system is working the same as far as moving planes, and you now have these unmanned aircraft in the air.
Well, being able to fly your drone over, you know, country borders is pretty much impossible.
No, what I'm saying is, as far as manned aircraft.
Yeah.
Manned aircraft has to deal with unmanned aircraft. So if we're having aircraft that travel from country to country, you understand? And we have a similar system of tracking and moving planes, well then, if now in this country here, they implemented a system to deal with both the unmanned and manned,
Did they send out?
why not implement it here? So it's simpler to carry it over.
Well,
Understand?
rigor mortis.
Country to country.
Rigor mortis says, did they
Makes
send
sense,
out letters asking DJI pilots? No, they didn't. You know why?
Where's what?
They don't have to. Because when drone pilots, FPV pilots, AMA pilots were given the opportunity to show up at the last year's symposium, okay, and just by showing up in force, it would have meant something. Instead, last year's symposium, if you remember, the FAA was invited, but not invited onto the panel. And usually when you're not invited onto a panel, that usually means you don't have a backing strong enough for your seat to be there.
You're talking about the AMA.
Yes, that's right. Yes, I am talking about the AMA.
FAA is.
I'm sorry.
Well, see,
that's what I was talking
what everybody doesn't realize is the AMA, they just want to keep their locations.
Yep, they want to do their thing.
Their thing is their thing. It has nothing to do with us. The fact that we have events where the AMA backs us with insurance, because everybody's an AMA member and we're at a new location, a temporary location,
right?
That will stop. The temporary locations will not happen anymore, at which the AMA does not care, but they don't realize that there's so many FPV people that fly in like events every year that sign up for a 3 month to a year.
Yeah.
And they'll stop signing up, or we'll be stuck with going to an AMA field and having a little section in the back where we can fly our drones.
Well, and I think you're on to exactly right, but I think you're giving the AMA too much credit. The AMA doesn't really care if you fly in a 4x4 square in the back of their property, as long as you get your dues, you know?
Yep.
Well, that's with any business.
Yep.
But how are your AMAs organizations compared to New York? Like here in New York, from what Herman was telling me, there's a club out in Gerritsen Field that they actually get out and they have a barbecue and they have events. They give away planes or whatever.
They do that here too, but only for plane owners.
Yep. They hate drones here.
And the average age and I'm up there, is my age of AMA, the executive board. They're not the young guys that are flying the FPVs. They're just getting into
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, older guys. A lot of the AMA fields are the planes on a string here, where that's like a big cement.
The tethered. The tethered.
Tethered planes. Yeah, where they're like my tethered plane did 200 miles an hour today, and I'm thinking to myself, so you spun in a circle at 200 miles an hour? Come on, man.
It breaks loose.
When are you gonna throw up?
Yeah.
What happens when it breaks
But not
loose?
that.
It's
When
just-
Tire
when is
swing
it gonna
always got
become a
me every
projectile?
time.
Herman's right. If that baby ever broke loose, you talk about wow.
It's gonna smash.
Yeah, and think if it's going up and it breaks loose, it's
Yeah.
gonna. What if that lands in a airport?
Yeah.
It's
Are
not,
we gonna get
it's gonna be
blamed?
trash. It's not gonna make it to the airport. It's gonna go down.
Yeah,
And to me, the AMA had its place. It probably still has its place amongst a very small
Yeah.
group of individuals, but it's not going to represent all of us.
no. Make sure you comment, guys. I don't know
And
if
they
you
don't.
need to
They don't
comment.
want to represent us.
Don't curse. Don't
Yeah.
act a
I was.
fool.
No
Don't act a
negative
fool.
comments.
If you want to continue flying, don't act a fool. Just that's it. Don't ruin it for everyone else because you are a number of idiots that commented with attitude.
And if you're not sure, let somebody else read it before you
Right. And they do not count vulgarity and all of that. They count that as a negative comment.
Even
and it's a strike
aggressive
against
nature
the cause.
comment.
It's
An
a strike
aggressive
ag-
yeah, even
right. It's a
aggressive
strike
nature.
against the cause.
Yeah.
And do not put a comment in there. I don't care what the heck you do. I'm going to fly anyway. No.
Don't
Yeah, I
don't
saw
put
a
yourself
couple
on the radar. They're gonna watch you after that. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
here, come find me.
Well,
there's actually a way of saying and telling them that, honestly, and everybody knows this from looking at their proposal. Their proposal is forcing non-compliance.
Yeah.
As I was telling Lawrence all the time, I said we get like when I hate to go into the whole politics thing, but you get these guys that come in and put these heavy taxes on things, and then there goes the black market on the rise.
Yep.
Stock up now, baby. Get rich. Shut your business down when the rules go in effect. I lost everything in a weird fishing accident. For some reason, I took all my drone stuff and it fell out of the boat.
Yeah. Well, in Roger's case, it could have been a UFO swooped over and it was gone.
Yeah.
Right. I could have that here in Arizona too.
Yeah.
So here in Arizona, I just noticed, I don't know if you guys are into like old missile silos or anything like that. There's 4 of them for sale in Arizona right now for like, I think
For sale?
for sale.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they're huge. They're
How-
huge, like 14 stories underground where the rocket was.
Count Lawrence in. He wants to move.
There's so many people that talk about buying these things, but it's going to take millions of dollars to renovate it
To
because
renovate it, right. You know what?
asbestos and everything else in there.
And something else you may not want to mention. Back in the day, a few of them were a little more radioactive than the others.
Yep.
So what is it going to take to go in and clean one of those suckers out?
Or can it be?
Yeah.
True.
And is the equipment still
Radiation
there?
doesn't go away, and I don't think you can scrub that away from.
And is
Lysol will not work on radiation.
and is the basic equipment there still hooked up for electric, water, heat, air conditioning?
Oh, they could do that afterwards, Paul.
Oh no! See, that's the thing is the power and everything is still its own system.
Yeah.
Like if you here, I'll drop a link to one of them that's for sale. That's like
So they're all self-sufficient.
by where I live. I'm talking like I could go through the desert on an ATV and be there in 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's so
Sounds
close.
to me like a base central for Hadley's Famous right there.
Could you imagine diving
Scared
when
as hell
those
to go
happen?
in there. I need a Geiger counter before I go in there.
You're smart man. Smart man.
Well, what you do
Or-
is you
or
just
you
watch
go
for
through-
certain parts of your body to start glowing in the
Well,
dark.
I was just getting ready to say that, Paul. If you go there at night and the ground has a low glow to it,
Yeah.
you know. But I definitely wouldn't go in one of those without a Geiger counter and or a suit on, hazmat suit on.
What's that gonna do for you?
I
Listen,
don't think the suit's going to be necessary. You just be very cautious with your Geiger counter and move slowly.
Yeah, don't go in there and lick the wall.
and
Yeah.
don't get bit by a two-headed snake.
Pretty much.
I got an idea. Don't go in there.
So they're $495,000.
Uh-huh.
$495,000.
Okay, and it, mind you, these things they run between 395 and 495,000. On the inside, there is literally where the missile is. That's 14 stories straight down.
You got pictures? Share.
I
If
will
you don't mind,
share-
Roger.
Here, I will just post the link.
No, hit the share button and show us on the screen.
All right. See if I can get this to
That's crazy. I got to bookmark this to look at this later.
yeah, go ahead and look at it. I'm not going to share the screen because I've got too much going on the computer.
Okay.
There's,
But yeah,
yo,
click on
that's
the
a-
link.
That's a small town.
Yeah, there's a 3-story living quarters.
That's what I'm
on-
looking at. I'm
and then
looking at.
Then there's the stairway system, and if you notice behind the stairway system, there's a library,
Mhm.
like a I would call it general population stuff. Like you could have,
Right. You could have a large
it's-
party room.
for cooking and all that stuff, and there's a blast door.
You know what? That would be a badass club.
It would. It
That-
would.
No, I
but-
mean like a music music club for rave parties or some shit.
Oh yeah.
Plenty
Well,
of-
and the thing is
you know,
because of how
right?
small the entrances and exits are,
Yeah, that would
and how
definitely
confined
have
the
to be.
area is, the
You could
fire
pick it.
hazard in there is going to be off the charts for like
Yeah,
having.
you light one cigarette,
You
the
could
whole
fix
place
that.
would go up.
Well, if you see, it says no smoking in sleeping quarters, like on some of the pictures.
Yeah. And I always
Old
seem to
school.
see 3 main entrances, one next to the rocket silo, one main stairway coming down. I guess it's pretty big for supplies, etc. Because it looks like there's an elevator shaft there too.
If you
And then
have
there's
to
the
renovate
escape
this
hatch.
and live in it, by today's standard, they can fix that. A lot of those issues you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could be fixed.
definitely.
Well, and a ton of people are like, man, that's the best place to be if a pandemic hits and if this happens and that happens. And I'm like, but you're still stuck underground.
Mhm.
Like, I would freak out down
You know
there.
what?
I am not a miner.
But you know what? A lot of people don't understand. Let's say the worst thing in the world was to ever happen, and we had major destruction like that, and you did live down there for X amount of years till it was safe to come out. So now when you come out and there's nobody around happening out here, you die because there's no other food that's not contaminated,
True.
or rotten, or the water supply damaged. So now you die. When you could have just stayed above ground and wait for that bomb to hit you right in the chest and get it over with. Instead
Well,
of you
if you look at the size of the area, like say it's
the
just
ground for 5 years and come out.
say it's just your close family, right? You take all the kids,
Uh-huh.
your close family, like all the nieces and
Oh, God,
nephews.
no.
You know, unfortunately, that's what you're going to be thinking when you have something like this. All the younger generation of the family, and we're going to set up like our own little in-house school, and we're going to try to stock up that 14 stories. You could totally turn that into a growing vegetables area. You're talking 14 stories. You can grow a lot of shit. You could probably even raise
True, because you can
livestock
grow
in there.
stuff in space. They're already growing stuff in the dark and ultraviolet lights. As long as you got a fresh supply of water,
Uh-huh.
you're okay.
Yeah, exactly. And
Because water's life. You can't stay
Yeah.
down there unless you have water.
Well, I think
Period.
Water.
Herman's right. You could, if you have enough money, you could fix all of those issues.
yeah,
Yeah, but you're still gonna need water.
Yep.
yeah. Well, and that's what a
it's on
well
its
is
own
for.
well,
The
isn't it?
water, the
Yeah.
water table is pretty low here, so you got to go deep with a well, especially where they're located.
And I would imagine they already have it there
Yeah, I'm sure
because
there
they
is.
had people living there. They
Right.
had-
They'd already, that would make a lot of sense.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of whether the well was contaminated or
Well,
not.
and my whole thing is like the people, because weed's legal for medical use here. That'd be the best place to have your weed grow up for like your business if you have a big business selling weed. That'd be a
Yeah.
great
They,
place to
they
convert.
definitely couldn't fly
14
over and
stories of
screen
growing.
plants.
Yeah,
Go check out the third floor. It's the bomb.
right.
Got 14 stories of
Wait a
weed
minute,
growing.
Roger. Where's
Like a
Kim?
small skyscraper
He
underground.
went in and never came back out.
No, he's in the chat.
Well, you're out in the
Okay.
you're out in the middle of the desert. You could even pick your own address. It could be what is it, 212 or 412 or whatever.
There's
Silo number 9.
Somebody find you down there dead on 14, on floor 13.
And if you guys look hard enough, you'll be able to actually find these in the real estate listings. My friend told me about this when we were out flying one day.
That's
He's like,
crazy though.
check this out. They're on between 10 to 15 acre plots. They're all walled in. Every one, they're all walled in. The whole freaking property is a big wall around it. And there's big cement slabs that are hooked up to like a big pulley system. So when you turn it on, it moves the huge cement slab.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could build a house on that cement slab. And
Yep.
no one would know anything unless they knew the history of what's going on. And he's all,
True.
exactly. And then you
And,
just
and,
put
and
it-
have an escape route straight down.
yep.
Well, it looks like a perfect hideout for Despicable Me. You know?
Right. Right.
This whole house
Or
is
Mega
moved
Mind or
sideways.
something.
Yeah.
You could build a house on top of it.
Yep.
Just the fact that it moves it, that much concrete, it's all hooked up to a pulley. So that's just crazy. Just didn't even know that. I mean, it's old technology, but it still works.
Yeah. It obviously does if it's for sale. You
Mhm.
know, because the scrap coming
Oh,
from
yeah.
that place, you should be able to make some money back.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna be-
but you got to
You know,
tear
because
it.
everything's going
I
to be.
think it's
need to be
aluminum
refitted.
wiring.
Everything's going to need to be refitted. You're going to have to
Yeah.
get all that rusty shit out of there and get in clean metal where it is, all
Yeah,
risers,
all the
and
lead
power
paint,
lines.
all the lead paint, all the asbestos.
Yeah.
Oh my
right?
God! Think about the micron count in the asbestos in that place.
And you said you didn't need a suit.
I didn't say anything about not needing a full face mask, but
What's going on in there?
Listen, 60, 70-year-old asbestos gets on your hand and you scratch it into your skin.
yeah, you're done.
It's a wrap. Okay.
Yeah.
That stuff back then. Look, we went to Coney Island the other day, right? And you saw the parachute ride.
Yep.
Well, that's real American steel. Okay. They don't even make steel that strong anymore. That thing has been up since the 1800s, and all it does is swing back and forth like a flower in the wind. All right. So imagine the stuff they got in these silos.
Yeah, yeah. I can only imagine.
But the scrap yield on that, you should be able to make back
Oh, yeah.
a few dollars easy.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they used real metal and real aluminum and things like that back then.
Yep. I think all the wiring is aluminum
Steel
from
too
what
today.
has been inspected or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a lot of aluminum wiring. Ain't no good nowadays, but
Listen, somebody will recycle it and buy it from you.
Aluminum
Trust me, if you
wiring.
got it in tonnage, like that place looks, you got
Oh, yeah.
tonnage and everything. Huh?
They still use aluminum wiring. It's just not worth much.
no. Aluminum's not worth near as much.
So,
as
Paul,
copper.
when are you moving in?
No, I've got them just south of me, Marine City, which is about 25 miles away, that are for sale.
Yeah.
How much are they there?
Couple 100,000.
Oh, so they're even cheaper up there.
See
They're
that?
probably flooded. That's what I'm thinking, or have bad flooding issues in them.
or
That's the other-
something's growing in it that they
Yeah.
don't want to release.
See, Paul, you can get it fixed up, then you can have the thing open up as your drone come out the top.
That's what I was
Could you
talking
imagine?
about.
Could you imagine? Hold on a second. My son
No,
is
no, no.
taking off.
You're
and
on the
house
computer.
splits. The house splits down the middle, and the drone goes up. And he
No,
closed the
no.
house
It's
back
not going to
up.
be one. It's going to be a swarm because I'm doing it with my
what
computer.
what you want to do is you want to invest in that company that's building the man-made, the one that was just on video, where they're
Oh hell,
Oh, the little. See, I'm not getting in that sucker.
no.
that little guy.
I already know I exceed
They
the
were
weight
doing
requirement.
flips with it and everything, Hadley. That was funny.
You hear, Paul?
What's that?
You
I
get it.
already know I exceed the weight requirement.
So wait a second. What? Show me a link, Paul. What is
It's
this?
JDC, but it was who was it? Was the name of the guys that were there? You know that the videos
I
where
have
the
it.
guys
Give me
are
a second to
building
pull it up.
planes and all kinds of stuff.
Give me a second to pull it up. And they
Flight
actually,
test.
they even have a video game.
Yeah.
They even have a video game on Xbox and PlayStation promoting this particular. They made a 4-prop drone of it.
But Flight
might
Test,
watch later,
Flight
folks.
Test was there and did a video that made him flight, and they were doing flips with it with a dummy in it.
Give me a second, Hadley. I'm pulling it up now. Going through my. All right, here's the first one. Let me just get a link for it first, and let you post it in the chat there. Here
Yeah,
it is.
for me to get into something like that, it has to have 2 separate operating systems, completely proprietary from each other, for me to even think about getting in one of those with like a fail safe, so the second system kicks in all the way down to the flight control unit.
What would be a
Completely
fail safe
secondary.
on that?
Fail safe on that, like you would need
Snipers.
Yeah, come on. Until you got
You need them anyway.
Yeah, you're gonna need them anyways.
Unless now you guys saw how they landed the rover on Mars, right? Where it was in shape of a rocket, and just before it hit the atmosphere, it turned into a giant balloon, went poof, and then it landed and crashed and bounced, and then it deflated, and the rover came out. Now, if it had some kind of fail safe like that, I could see that. All right, which means if you hit water, you're floating. If you hit land, you're supposed to bounce and flip. Okay, but the way that
G-force.
thing is designed, I don't know, man. That's real.
Yeah, my whole thing would be to have a secondary system. So I have a secondary pack that can get me from cruising altitude to landing. I know it's not going to be very controlled, but
Right.
something where it takes over the system. It's got a separate set of motors that aren't being used. And we're talking like just some floppy, crappy props like, we see on our camera drones and out on our FPV drones that are not solid, but just to hover us down, just to get us to the ground. That's all I would want. And I would give it a try. I'd say that
Hanley,
would
if you go later in it, it shows the flight test, but at first it shows them actually assembling it. And the motors, it's got up and down motors on a hexacopter. And the motors are this big around electric motors.
Right, but they're not your general unbrushed motors. They're motors designed for speed more so than lift.
And the other interesting thing, wouldn't you think if you were that far into building the thing, you'd have a separate special bunch of batteries, and they lifted the hood up, and here's a whole bunch of 8 cells all
18
plugged
cell.
into all the
18 cell batteries they had, Hadley. 24 18 cell batteries.
Yeah.
It flew on with XT60. It looked like giant XT60 connectors.
Yeah, check out the chat, guys. Rigor Mortis is commenting, and other people too.
Gravity is a bit more harsh here. And a parachute. The problem with a parachute is with those props, the cords would get cut. If you're free falling like this, a parachute needs to catch, first of all.
My fear is an ESC going out, and that motor that is controlled by that ESC is just and the thing's going to start doing this.
Corkscrewing, right? Right. If you take out a third of their motors, you take out 2 motors of the 6, is it going to go into some crazy corkscrew spin like you said?
I'm just worried about
Dog Beta.
I'm just worried about raw power being sent through the ESC from a failure in the ESC.
No, I get what you're saying. I just think that a lot of those things are just still in testing. They're far from,
That's
they
why
want
they
to be
put-
able to race this thing. So now, how many
the
people
race-
are gonna
it's
be
Right,
in
right,
this
Hadley.
race?
The concept is to make those humanized FPV racers.
The race course is going to have to be big and wide.
Be like a plane, flying planes. The
Be
racing.
right back. I think Roxy wants to go outdoors. So guys.
It's going to be interesting because failure is going to be rough.
Rick and Mortar says that they are high energy motors. The spin up speed is currently the problem, right? Because they have to get to such a high speed before they're at optimum operating.
Mm-hmm.
And like Hadley says, just imagine all that power just going in one burst and shorting out an arm.
In
That
one
could be-
motor. Not
that
all
could
of
be-
them.
Right,
I mean,
one
what if it's
motor, that
all of
could-
them and you just keep going and going and going? You're gonna
Well-
wish you had a parachute. Thing dies, and you're like, get away from me! I want my parachute.
Well, if they could, the only way I could see them making a fail-safe system is like that bubble thing. They just dug up 2 skiers that had the same system on their back, so that in an avalanche, that this thing deploys and makes enough room around them. Okay, they found 2 girls like that buried, except one girl was face up, so it didn't help her too much, but she
That
did
would-
survive.
That would change the design of this craft that they
True,
use.
because it's a Formula One cockpit, Hadley.
Remember, a Formula One car was made to race on the track. It wasn't meant to leave the ground. Once it leaves the ground, it's cake mix
That's
when it
when
touches
people
back
die.
down on the ground.
In Formula One, that's when people die, is when the car leaves the ground.
Right, exactly. When it comes back down to the ground, it's garbage.
Gonna
True.
pancake.
Well,
Yeah.
It's okay about the car being garbage. It's just the cage. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
there's no cage. There's gonna be that what you see there is probably not gonna be the finished product when it's all said and done, if it comes to fruition. Because
Yeah.
you're gonna have to be able to protect the human. that you put in there.
Exactly. That's just a proof of concept and
You,
flight.
you know how you gotta fix your GoPro mounts and stuff like that sometime when you crash your drone.
Yeah,
You can't fix the dude in there when you crash.
true.
You have to account for those things somewhere along the testing, and it was nice to see what they did. Yeah, I loved it. It was
I'm
beautiful.
okay with flight with a
You could
wing.
race it.
Oh,
least
the
the
wing. Did you see
wing,
the guy
you know.
the other day? The
Yeah.
other day here in New York, they showed a guy with a wing. He could hover with it. It had Harrier style jet thrust, so they could vector up and down, and it was a giant fixed wing, and he could fly like a plane and also hover with it.
Yeah.
And it looked a lot more damn stable than that little jetpack dude was flying.
Well,
The
no
one with
matter
with
what
the
you do,
jets on the arm.
Yeah, that thing looks scary.
As soon as you put a human on anything that's going to fly, there's going to be tremendous accidents because of proof of concept and everything else. And it's not like you can send it back to manufacturer and say, just replace my buddy too, will you?
Exactly, Paul. But the one I'm talking about, the guy had the thrusters on the arms and on his feet. Now, what happens? You're flying along like Iron Man and one blows out. You know you're going down.
Yep.
Exactly. There's that corkscrew.
It's like-
effect.
Yeah.
It's like that the cartoon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's what I said. That's why testing to cut down on those probabilities of those things happening.
Rigor Mortis says all flights are a risk. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
But it becomes more risky when you have to put human beings in there.
Yep.
True.
Well, wasn't there a Wile E. Coyote
you got it. You're right on.
thing-
point, Is what I was
thing where
talking.
he had a jetpack when he on roller skates, wasn't he?
You saw
trying
what happened to him, right? You saw what happened to him, right?
to?
That's all I'm gonna
They
say.
pan out, and it's just a huge explosion.
If you up there in the air, you'd be like,
All that's left is the skates, I think.
he just disappeared.
Yeah.
Exactly. Became dust.
Hey, Lost Hikes.
There's no coming back in the next episode.
Oh Lost Girl Hikes. Hey, how you doing?
Or fly away.
Yeah, right. That's what I was talking about. A flyaway. You just keep going up and up and up and up and up and up.
Yeah, you're right.
The fly away. See now, Lawrence underneath there. Where's the Addy mode switch? Thing in the Addy mode and take control.
Here it is. I found it. You mind if I show it real quick? It's this, Roger.
Pardon?
You mind if I show this jetpack, this V-wing that
No,
they
don't show
that
it.
they presented the other day?
Drop the link. Just drop the link.
Yeah. Hold on. Where
Yeah.
I was just reading what Dave was writing down here.
copy?
It was up to +5 Celsius and low winds on Monday.
There.
The ocean.
They just showed this the other day. And of course it was over in Dubai
Of course.
where they have all the cool toys.
Hey, Kev FPV, how you doing?
What up, Kev?
But looks like dude was having fun. At least he can eject from this wing.
Oh yeah, I've
Okay.
seen this. I have
Yeah.
seen this.
Did he
At
Not
kind
this
least-
of look?
particular
did he
video, but
kinda-
I have seen him flying.
Did he kind of look like the Wile E. Coyote?
A little bit.
No, this is more of a
Coffee
this is a
urns.
fixed, more of a fixed wing. But
Wing.
the fact that he can hover with it as well as take off incredibly fast, it's a plus. And he can eject from it, which is the main thing.
Right. And he has his own parachute.
Yes.
And
Now they were talking
how
about
much height
making the
does he
flight
need?
without a parachute, and I think dude would be foolish. If you fast forward to
yeah, but how
52
much height
seconds,
does he need for that parachute to deploy?
fast forward to 52 seconds, and you'll see how maneuverable it
speed?
is.
I think it matters on speed, not height.
Because if he's not that high in the air,
Parachute ain't gonna
he's
work.
coming down.
The parachute will open if he's hauling ass forward.
Right.
It'll open.
But it,
There's enough wind current.
right.
It's gonna grab him and then he's gonna sway. And hopefully he doesn't sway into the
Yeah, the best part is
Let's
from like
try that.
52
Let's drop
seconds
him.
because
Hey,
they actually have a
30
Mavic
feet.
2 Pro following him.
I
Up
could,
close.
I could see Lawrence in that suit flying that thing.
First of all, my belly would scrape the ground upon takeoff, so stop it.
Yeah, well, it's called the landing
in
pad.
there.
That'd be your landing pad.
At 1 minute and 46 seconds, you see a Mavic 2 Pro fly by him.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And
I don't
a
think
bird
that was-
fly
I don't
behind
think
in
it
the
was
other
a-
direction.
That thing was jet black. That was not a Mavic. Mavics are gray.
Okay.
Wonder how expensive of a drone it was that flew by him. Watch, we find out it's an FPV drone.
Yeah.
That would have been a smarter thing, but it's a great device. Now,
Wonder how heavy that.
at 2 minutes and 26 seconds, he goes into full throttle, and now it looks like fun because he's out.
Oh yeah, look at all that smoke.
Yes, he's out though.
He's dumping power.
Andrew, how you
That's
doing?
supposed to be full power, all 4 thrusters. When he's hovering, I think he only uses 2.
Morning, guys.
Ooh.
Guys.
Hey. How's it
Hey,
going,
Andrew.
Good you.
What's up, Andrew?
Oh, not me. I'm off to a slow start today.
If you guys go to 303, you'll see how high this guy is. I'm surprised he doesn't have an oxygen mask on, but
Yeah, I
this
see
thing's
that.
it
I
seems
think he's-
very, very stable.
He's definitely like 8,000 feet up.
Yeah,
Andrew,
Yeah.
everybody's checking out that link that Novice Squad's put up.
Oh, okay. All right, let
we
me
just put there.
go. Okay.
There are different times. If you go to 303, you'll see.
Oh
how
yeah,
high-
he just pulled his chute.
Yep.
Sorry.
And
Oh, so now he's gonna come
He
down.
pulled his chute with the thing.
Yes. But he can
So,
also
the thing-
eject from it, and he has his own micro chute under. That was the emergency landing, supposedly. So he can come back down to the ground and
Look at those. Those look
Herman, did you order one of those? Is that why you're quiet over there, or what?
I'm not ordering that. You crazy?
Andrew, if you're watching it, you could speed up to like 203.
You know what I'm
It's
saying? The
like-
shoot works them up there.
No,
Just
no,
watch it, Andrew. It's gonna blow your mind.
50,
Yeah.
60 feet in the air on this failure, he's hurt.
Wow.
Thank you, Kev. Thank
Well,
you.
I notice he takes off over water.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a lot softer to hit if there's a malfunction.
Yeah.
But at 50 feet in the water, you're taking a heavy impact. I mean, it's still going to hurt. It's better than concrete.
It's
Better
better
than
than
concrete.
bouncing off of the concrete.
Yeah.
Andrew, your volume is really loud.
Yes. Little
You know-
too much gain.
Lawrence,
Yeah.
people usually really don't bounce off the concrete.
They do.
Well, I did when I
Not
fell out of a
really.
tree 2 stories high when I was
They-
younger. I remember hitting the
kinda-
ground,
They kind of
bouncing up a small amount and coming back
explode on
down
the
a second
impact, and
time.
then it just splatters that way. It doesn't. It's not really like it's not really a bounce.
Is this,
They
is-
kind of destroy when they hit the concrete.
With all those fumes that guy's letting off there.
Yeah, but if you
That's-
follow that part of the video, he actually goes to full throttle using all 4 exhaust. And like Hadley says, he's got to easily be 6,000 plus feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was
it's like a
dumping
nice
fuel.
thing.
I think that's why he pulled the chute, is because he ran out of fuel when he got up there. He dumped so much.
is the volume any better now?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
you can come up just a smidge, but he's good.
How about now?
Yep, great.
Perfect.
It's good.
But it's good to see they're playing around with toys like that now. How would you fly one of those things amongst the drone highway and commercial aircraft? That would be
Hey,
interesting because
straight.
right there in Dubai where they were testing it, those guys they have the policemen on drones already
Yeah.
hovering above the streets. They have the drone taxis going. So if you want to see if it works in real life, if they're not doing it in Dubai, it probably don't work.
I just checked and they do have it for $31.99 on Walmart.com if you guys are looking.
This
Is that the 2-engine or 4-engine
Oh
set?
no, come on now. For 31, it's the 4-engine.
I'm gonna order 10 right now, Andrew.
That's right. That's right. So I just
Uh-oh.
that's
He
still
Once
is
again-
beating 31 million.
my greatest memory of this channel. It will always be
what
the
you
day of
meant?
the Walmart. Yeah.
31 million, right?
Yeah.
31 million Canadian.
That's a favorite day for sure, Andrew, when Walmart made that mistake and we were all buying them by the dozens.
When I came into this, because I didn't go on the chat right away, I didn't go on the panel right away. I'm like, I can't believe what's going on. You guys look like kid in a candy store. It's like when somebody wins the lottery, you're all on the same ticket at work or something like that. Everybody had that same jubilant feel to them like that. I got 10 more. I got 7 more. Oh my God, this one. I'll never forget that day. Yeah.
Hey, right, Andrew, right now, people would be swapping Inspire parts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right. Most
Yeah, let me
definitely.
go into the garage and take one off the pallet.
So
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
the only personal aircraft that I probably would ever try flying that's a prototype is by Black Fly.
What is
Yeah.
it?
It's like a drone wing combo.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get this.
There's Roxy.
I see Roxy. Roxy stops about midway down and
Yeah,
says,
unless
I'm
she's
not
gotta
going all
go.
the way the hell down.
Uh-huh.
That's too far.
I've done my part.
But
You're all-
today she's going a little further than usual.
There you go. This is like it's an older ad that I found. There's a lot of fucking crap on here, but it'll work. Get you an idea. There
That's
is a
the-
link. There is a
That's
link
the
to the
farthest
YouTube
I've
video.
ever seen Roxy go down that path.
Yep. Oh no, she goes all the way down.
Oh, I have seen that. I have seen that. I have seen that device.
You've seen that one?
Yeah, I have seen that one. It
That's
actually
the only
looks
one I trust that might be safe because you could probably recover.
Hey, did you see on the news this morning where
just by gliding.
it took 3 hours to get somebody off one of those power gliders?
Yes.
He was
yes.
wrapped in the wires.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw it on the news this morning.
Yeah.
Did he live?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he was locked into the electrical wires, high voltage wires, just dangling, looking at the ground.
Yeah.
And it took them so long to get them out of it because they had to shut the power down on that grid.
Yeah.
Just so
they
they
had
could
to
rescue 'em.
untangle them and disconnect a couple of wires. But the funny part is at the end there, he looked like he'd been in the shower. He was soaking wet.
I bet. I bet. I mean, wouldn't you be sweating?
Yeah.
Well, those
I'd
high
be
voltage
sweating
wires,
bullets. I don't know if I'm gonna die right now.
those high voltage wires were probably slowly cooking him.
Oh yeah. Just maybe electrical radiation. you know?
Slowly cooking him.
he probably was peeing lightning bolts, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, well, it was messed
think
up the
most of
position
the
because he was
circulation
facing
was getting
downward.
off, being harnessed to whatever he was
Yeah.
in, because that's not good.
Yeah, they officially launched this Black Fly. I don't know if you guys have been watching this or not, or been keeping track of it.
Did you order one?
I can't afford it. I would buy one if I could afford it. I would take my wife to work with that thing every damn day if I could afford it. Avoid all the fucking traffic. I mean, there's like 2 million people here. When we get on the freeway, it's gridlock from point A to point B every day. Be nice just to hover into like the mall parking lot and land, take off. Because this one, you don't actually have to have a pilot's license. It's considered a parasailor.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's less task to fly that
Then a drone.
in the future than being able to fly our drones in the future. So
Well, you'd have to land with the windows open and you'd have to be cussing everybody, get the hell back, get back, get back.
no. You come in and scare everybody, do a swoop by. Woof. Everybody runs to their cars. They're not going to be standing around with their phone watching you come in and land. They're going to be
Put speakers on it and play UFO music or something, you know?
Oh no. That's when you come in
Soundtrack.
playing death metal.
I'm trying to get shot down now.
Or out there at nighttime, you have all those really high intensity lights on there, and you go over somebody's car and you turn it on. Boom.
Well, the funniest thing is it charges on a Tesla charging station.
Okay,
You know what I mean? That's pretty cool.
they starting to put the charges
Andrew, what
in the
are you
parks.
doing a live stream at noon today?
Who?
Andrew, are you doing a live stream at noon today?
Don't think so. Xenia's not feeling well. I'm coming down with a head cold, and we're gonna probably go on tonight because it's our 2-year anniversary of coming back to
Oh,
YouTube.
man.
So we're
Okay.
gonna probably do it tonight. So that instead,
Okay.
like an announcement. So I don't think we're gonna do it this afternoon.
Yeah.
Hope you don't got that corona.
Anyway, today.
Yeah.
Received anything from China lately?
Just some Chinese, just some Chinese food.
Too much. I was adding up last night. Actually, I went into Amazon and made the mistake of adding up all the purchases for fun.
That's why you're not feeling well.
I almost took up drinking at 3:00 this morning. I swear. Yeah.
Lysol.
What are you doing?
What happened?
Oh, my dog's got like this fixation with licking her back feet. I will get the cone of shame out. Don't worry.
Hey, Hadley, your dog's very similar to mine. Do you have any anal gland problems with your dog?
Oh, really?
No, because Mia's got to go today, and it's just like,
My dog does not drag her ass anywhere.
well, she doesn't drag her ass, but she just starts looking at her butt and everything else, you know. So,
Oh yeah, no. Like my wife does all that shit with the dog because she's a
Okay.
groomer. Yeah,
okay.
she's a dog groomer, and our dog gets a bath every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, or 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Oh,
Come
Kim,
back.
Some baby
Kim-
wipes, Paul.
Kim finally made it down to the mailbox, huh?
Yeah, he
Where's
just
Roxy?
came back up and he just got into the mailman passed, so he had to go back down.
Oh, so Roxy's already back in the house.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Really,
yeah.
Paul, you gotta get some baby wipes.
I'm sure Kim will handle that with good, gentle humor. So,
And especially if when you put pamphlets in there, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he's going to be a little extra salty when he goes.
Oh yeah.
And they're all for restaurants that don't deliver to your area on top of that. Just for the insult to injury.
Or,
That's messed up.
or it's coupons for your next Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coupon for the next time your dog has infection in its anal glands. You get
And you know what, Andrew? There's a guy that comes around here every week. I mean, they put these flyers out for slip covers for the sofa and stuff like that. Is there anyone that still does that?
that delivers the pamphlets or does the
No.
Oh, sorry.
That gets that service, that gets the plastic over their furniture.
Oh, I'm sure there's a couple of
Herman,
years. Paul,
Herman,
Paul, do you have
Herman.
plastic on your
Yeah,
furniture?
my
It's
age,
still-
I know several people. Yeah.
That tradition is still going strong in the Spanish community in New York.
Oh God!
I'm telling you.
Sit on that couch.
Now, if you walk into a house and you see all the house is covered in clear plastic,
Yeah.
the furniture's covered in clear plastic, you know you got to take your shoes off at the door.
Yeah, it's like everybody loves Raymond, the parents there when they had the
Well, it's really bad. Some places at the door where you take your shoes off, they also have a foot washing station.
Yeah.
You know, where
Roger, how long you staying on?
Until noon. I'm going off at noon.
Okay. I was just asking.
Okay, Paul.
I've been BSing all morning.
Foot washing.
Oh shit.
I gotta check the final tally. I brought it up. I'll show you something here. This is what I got at 3 o'clock this morning. Now, this is not counting my computer, but everything that's sitting on my desk right now, that's what it came out to before taxes, $5,370.
oh my goodness.
And I went back and I was ready to call my credit card for fraud. So I went back and I recounted everything again. So I pretty much stayed up the whole night because I didn't believe the number that I had seen.
Well,
I was off by a little when I did my estimation.
well, they say it takes money to make money, right?
Yeah, well, I think I'm taking. It's time to get the other side of that coin rolling.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, you've made some more changes to your little studio there. Did you add some things? And
Yeah, Xenia's microphone stand finally came in. Got the blue compass. I didn't buy the mic, but the stand. And I should have read the instructions, which I'm notoriously good for not doing. I almost
Why does it hang like a tree arm now?
Yeah. I'm gonna bring it back down. I didn't realize it was the tensioning screw because Andrew can't be bothered to read one little page, so I kind of bent it the wrong way at first.
well, just so everybody knows, like Lawrence wants to redo his little studio right there. You know, Andrew's for hire. He can order you all the stuff, and for a percentage, he can send it.
He
to
can
you.
order all the hell he wants. He for it too.
Yeah, that's right. That's what yeah.
Oh, there we go. Paul
No.
Murray Employment
All I'm doing is filling holes in the wall and painting it.
You know, Andrew? Every morning, the Paul Murray Employment Agency.
Yeah.
Every
You're gonna do
morning.
this. You're gonna do that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Come
You're going
on
here.
down. Who's
Yeah,
the next?
yeah.
Come on down.
Wasn't it Paul who started Roger Palooza?
Yeah,
And
that's right. It is.
convinced
Yes.
and he convinced Mark that Mark was going to run it and be
Mark's running it now,
yes.
yeah.
Now, Paul Novus Quads just walked in. I'm sure he probably like to come up for a couple of minutes, like just inviting everybody together.
Yeah.
Pair it up and hitched up, and you do this, you go there, you do that.
I know. Paul will invite a serial killer. He doesn't care.
I'm waiting for the day that Roger has a big falling out with somebody. That person's going to come in and Paul's going to invite them up on the panel. You always enjoy having them, don't you?
That's why he's the Ed McMahon.
He is. He lives it, he eats it, he breathes it. He is the.
I got it. I got the link.
Somebody's got to do it.
We got to get you the glasses for it, though, Paul.
That's for when you go to 4.1.
Okay, I'm gonna put this on. I'm actually gonna bookmark it now. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm going to paste it in the group. So if you are on 4.1 on Betaflight and your VTX is not working through Smart Audio, this will give you.
This is the VTX table that you have to copy in.
Yes. Yeah, and read it. Don't just grab stuff and start copying. You got to make sure you got the right table for what VTX you have.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Thank you much.
Welcome.
Ah, nice. Good job, Fly Natural. Paying homage to the drone godfather. I like that.
Hey, Fly Natural, how you doing? Oh, thank you so much. Okay,
What's
I got
up, Roosevelt?
super chat. There you go. super chat.
Stop, Roger, for you hurt yourself.
No. Roger does a different style. His is the convulsion version. I love it. I love it. I can't get enough of it. Yeah. Put him and Ksenia head to head. Yeah.
Thank you, Fly Natural.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Because Ksenia said you have to own it.
That's
as your
right.
own, you know?
Yep.
She screeches like a banshee, and him, it's like he burned himself in a hot pot. Super chat. Something. Take it.
It might actually work, Andrew.
It's working. Look at him. 3 months ago, would you guess Roger would be doing this right now? None of us did. So hats off to him.
Yeah, right.
How you been doing there, Fly Natural? Nice to see you. Long time no see.
We're full of life today. Yeah. Everyone's in a house where it's nice and warm and toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only one that's got warm weather is Hadley sitting there in a damn t-shirt.
Oh, it's warming up out there, Lawrence.
I'm in.
Oh, I know. It
t-shirt,
is.
my friend, and I got my trusty,
Oh,
Yeah. Rub it in, why don't you?
Come on up, shovel snow for an hour and that, and see how much you
Why don't you come down and come sweat with me? It's gonna be.
I'd be a
86
puddle.
Monday.
I'd be a puddle. There'd be nothing left.
go
of-
swimming.
Class. Shoveling.
Like the Wicked Witch of the West, just a puddle there, and that's it.
Super chat. Thank you.
That's right, Roger. Own it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, you come here and shovel a couple of times there. You'll see you'll be sweating.
Yeah.
I've done enough shoveling for my lifetime. I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
It actually warmed
I
up.
made a
to
wise
35
decision when I was
degrees.
younger, saying, "I'm out. See you later."
Yeah?
son."
You got a whopping 35 over there?
Yeah, it warmed up to 35, and the
Uh-oh,
real
wait a
feel is
minute.
30.
They says it's now what? 36.
What was it earlier? What was it earlier when we looked?
More like
51 here, right?
yeah.
Since we've been on here and went up to.
Holy crap.
Yeah, see, I would be in shorts now out there.
Quit complaining, for God's sakes.
There's Salty.
36 degrees, Lawrence.
Real
Real
36.
28.
All right. That's actually nice enough to go outside and fly.
Super. There you go.
There you go.
Hold on, Andrew. Super chat. Super chat. Go.
You gotta do it 3 times there, Roger.
3 times,
3
Roger.
times, Roger.
4. There's 4, so he's got to do it 4 times.
Thank you, guys.
Does anyone have their number on 911 in case he starts spazzing out?
Yeah,
Hey,
put a
Kim's there.
sting-
Salty's there somewhere.
Kim-
He could jump on my chest.
Yeah, see, wait, there you go again. There you go. Come on.
I'm sorry, Lou.
Thank
It
you.
actually works better when you're sitting right next to him.
Kim's put a spoon under his mouth so he don't choke on his tongue.
Oh, Kim said you'll throw me in the bathtub full of water.
That sounds right.
Hard going.
I got to get out of here in 10 minutes. I have to rejoin the real world.
I gotta do that too.
I do have to go now, actually.
Andrew.
I've been holding off. My phone keeps going off.
Just to let you know, Andrew,
Yes.
I finally got a photo of you.
You did.
Yes.
yes.
Now it's going to take some time for me to do some magic to it, but I finally got a photo of you.
Do you
Yeah.
not see what I do to myself in thumbnails? It's pretty hard to top.
Well, yeah, that's how I was able to.
Just
But
had to
I
ask. I would.
But I particularly like the thumbnail with you with all of the red marks over you because it looks like you just got out of a barroom fight
Well, that was kind. That's a half truth.
with all the lipstick on.
Yeah, that's memories. Memories.
All right, guys. I'm going to take off. See you later, everybody. Roger,
Hadley, thank you much, man.
Hey, Justin.
Hadley.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming.
again. 7 inches ready to fly.
Oh
What?
my God, what did I miss in here?
Yeah, whose 7 inches are flying?
Hey, guys.
What's
What
going on?
kind of tagline?
Drone. Stop it.
Wow?
Stop it. You,
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
Yeah. Hey, honey, you want to see my 7-incher fly? You
Hey,
know?
Rogers, another super chat.
Super chat. Thank you.
Lawrence, there you go, thumbnail.
What happened?
There you go, thumbnail.
Yep, we got it. But I just wanted to let you know, I am taking your image and slightly altering it.
Well, I don't agree with that kind of stuff. I've always been strongly opposed.
Give him
to
the
that
John
kind of-
Donato bid.
Yeah, right.
The whole what if Andrew and John had a baby from like Conan O'Brien type of thing. Put pieces together.
Oh yeah, your brother was on this morning, J.R. Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Detroit. Yeah, he was asking
Yeah.
about you again.
He's got
Yeah,
lots
he
of time.
was on for a while. He wondered if his brother was going to show.
Yeah, he said your name 3 times. Say if you see it coming up.
He gets paid, but he doesn't. He gets paid, but he doesn't work, so he's got all kinds of time for that. Kids kind of fend for themselves while he's fun. Yeah, just do math. Yeah, hey Roger. Yeah, that kind of like in a nutshell.
Well, he's going through this infatuation that he discovered, and now the whole family's into it. Is the Amazon Echo? He's getting them for everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Well, took him a long time, but he's got a friend now, so that's good.
Yep.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope they're very happy together.
And now he's ordering the devices to turn lights on and off and all kinds of stuff.
Mhm. Remember that movie there where what's his name falls in love with his phone? It's gonna be about that style of thing happen.
Yeah.
You know,
I remember that one.
they'll
I
go
remember-
flying drones together. Oh my God.
Well, Lawrence is going to move up there with him.
No, thank you. I'm not moving that far north.
You, him, and Louis P. Floyd. Louis. Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, Lawrence. You want eggs, Lawrence? You want eggs, Lawrence? You want eggs, Lawrence? Just that 12 hours a day.
Louis P was in
that would be
earlier.
kind of hard to handle in the morning. I must admit.
He's the type of person I think that just jumps out of bed. Like I can just see him like energy from when the eyes open till he crashes like a toddler on the floor, all curled up. Where he's like,
Well, the most hilarious part is that Andrew figured out that he reminds him of Caillou.
no, well, he does. If Caillou grew up, it'd be well. It is him. What am I saying? It is. It looks identical to him, especially, and I love him because he owns it. He is my hero. I love Louis also. Louis is the man.
Roger, I'm going to get ready to get out of here too, man.
Okay.
I have to
Roger's
rejoin
closing
the
in
real
5
world.
minutes. Roger's closing in
And
5.
unfortunately, Roger, I cannot afford to sit around and wait for super chats. I have to go to the store myself, and on the way home I go, yay, super chat. You know, when I'm taking money out the ATM machine, that's when I go super chat. Go super chat. You know,
I went to the bank, but it was a reverse super chat. They have the
yeah,
ones
see?
clapping, not me.
right when you're putting it in, it's super chat.
Yeah.
Super chat. You know,
Doesn't have the same effect.
I know. For some reason, it's a lot better.
Except those ATM machines get a big smiley face when you're putting it in there, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They certainly do.
But it is a good feeling though to go to the ATM and everybody online's taking money out, and you're going, "Ha! I'm putting it in."
This is true.
So
That's true.
you guys have a good one, all right?
Okay,
You
Lord.
take care of yourself, Lawrence.
Yes, man. Herman, I'll hit you up sometime
Don't
after one.
out there.
Oh, what are you doing today? You got to go out?
What am I doing today? Well, I'm flying because of that. I don't know how windy it is out there.
Well, I want to take
How
this.
windy was it out?
Huh?
How windy was it out there?
It's not. It's not
Ask,
bad. I went out.
ask Alexa.
I'm not doing that.
She'll tell you how.
I don't
much
trust her.
Things.
I don't trust her.
So you can ask her.
All right, later, guys.
Take
All
care,
right.
Lawrence. Be well.
Take care, and, Lawrence.
You didn't wait for the answer.
So, I got to go out too this afternoon. I got some errands to run.
Okay.
1 second. Just pause.
I didn't go out at all yesterday, so I don't want to leave that car sitting under the carport, not doing nothing for a couple of days.
You just need to get out and drive it. Huh?
Yeah, you got to get out on the highway.
Did you feel the same way about the truck?
No, the truck could have stayed there all the time.
So,
I don't know how this one works in the cold. Like my truck there, I had no problem with it. It could stay there for a week in the freezing cold, go in, start it up, no problem. This year, I don't know this car yet, so.
Yeah, but I agree with that to a point, but that car's lived its life in Canada. It's not like it came from Florida.
Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it because there's no rust, nothing, not even under the chassis, nothing, no rust at all.
Okay, so it's parked in a good spot.
Yeah, okay, that's it. It's in a heated garage. There's a big problem right there. When you start spoiling
Does it have a plug on it where you can plug it in or no?
Tell you the truth, Paul, I don't know. I didn't even check it out.
Where do you have the car at now?
It's underneath in the carport.
Where's the carport?
Outdoors.
Is it right next to the house? Is it off from the house?
Yeah, it's right next to the house.
Yeah.
You put a heater out there.
Oh, hell no. Oh man, that'll cost me.
He cares about the car, but not that much.
He'll be super chatting Hydro Quebec greatly if he does that one.
I'll be sending every kid to college from and university. No, sorry. I got to see how it goes in the cold weather, that one too. So
I think it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
I missed the first part. Why are you having trouble starting your car? Or?
No. It's like this car. I think it's all slept inside a garage.
So that's why. So it's adjusted period.
My truck, I could leave it like a week there without starting here or nothing. I go in there, poop, they'll start right away. This year, I don't know what's going to happen. So, and we had cold weather in the past couple of days. I haven't gone out yet. So,
you should go out just as regular routine, anyways, and start every day or two. Anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
good just to keep it, especially the colder season here.
Yeah.
Well, the key is though, Roger, is don't you have an auto start on your key fob?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I thought I had an auto start, but I don't.
Get that put in. That way you can sit inside and beep beep.
Yep.
Then it'll run for a little while and it'll shut itself off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Greatest thing in the world, especially for cold climate. Well, probably too, like if houses like for heat as well. I mean, because it will run the air conditioner, we'll do the opposite too. I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It makes a big difference.
I thought there was one on that one, but it's not on that one. It was on the other car I was looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Don't it cost what, $125 to get installed?
It's not much, It's worth it for all the misery.
Yeah.
Yep.
I never had one till this one, and man, I always kind of, it's all right, whatever. I can go start my own car. Andrew stands corrected, and I'm afraid I'm spoiled for life now, and I don't know if I can go back to not having it.
I love it, especially when I go to practice.
Oh yeah.
When I see like practice is almost over, I'm like,
so routine now. Even when you go grocery shopping, you from the door, you start it up. By the time you get out there and everything, it's already running. It's all set to go.
Here in New York, that's kind of hard sometimes. Because your car's not always where you can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, same here too. So, but when I got like the place like where we live, more in the suburbs and stuff like that, I will do that. I'll come out of the grocery store and hit it sometimes. Just get it started on cold days, just to get the heat started again before you get there.
Yeah. Well, at least I got heated seats in it, so I'm happy about that.
They're amazing things. It's that's even great for a sore back and stuff like that.
Yes.
You too. You find that? Yeah. Sometimes I'll go for a drive just when my back is bad, just to get some real heat onto it.
I got the lumbar stiff.
Yes.
and I got the heated seat, and I'm like,
Oh my
on the
god.
way to therapy for my back.
I'm glad I'm not alone. I'm glad I'm not alone on that. So I thought it was the only it's crazy enough
The
to go-
only time I have a problem with it, see the General Motors, if we have a heavy rain for some god unknown reason, I found it on YouTube. A guy was complaining about it, that moisture gets in to the control through the window.
Okay.
That's a bad thing during the summertime because you could be riding around on a 90-degree day, and because moisture got in there, the heated seat will kick on.
Oh. Yeah, that's not good.
Okay, Rigor Mortis is saying hi, Andrew.
Hey, Rigor Mortis. Good to see you.
Everybody in the chat, I'm saying goodbye now in the chat. So take care. We'll see you all tomorrow morning in the AM. And Andrew will be on tonight. So check out Andrew's channel.
2-year
you
anniversary.
guys.
We got an announcement tonight, by the way, a big announcement. So if you can drop by,
Why is Ksenia pregnant again?
Jesus, I'm still here, so that's not the case. I would be gone to the loony bin. So it's a big announcement. It's got nothing to do with pregnancy.
Okay. I thought you were gonna be a grandfather or something. Okay.
Jesus. I better not be.
Bye, everybody in the chat.